John Ireland is here as we spend it together. So whether you're off today and just listening to us, we appreciate it. Or if you're working like us, well, thanks for spending time with us. The 5th of July is on, celebrating 20 years. On ESPN LA, the Hall of Famers. Let's do it. Mason and Ireland. Your Friday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
DeMarco Farr is here. Always like working with DeMarco. And as Chris said up there, everybody else is off. Greg took the day off. Mason took the day off. Brian is here, Laura is here, and we're rolling. By the way, we will do sports graffiti, which DeMarco has never done. We will do it at 2 o'clock.
I'm excited. Scared, but excited.
Yeah, I don't know if, Laura, do you think there'll be enough people that will stop whatever they're doing? Because normally those are all people at work.
Please do.
Honestly, a lot of people are working today.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And this is like off the cuff, off the hinge type
15,
stuff.
20 seconds, say whatever you want.
Oh, I love this. Bring it.
Say whatever you want. Okay, so we have a ton of stuff to get. So Laura and I compile a bunch of stuff every week. We probably, between the two of us, we probably compile, 100 stories.
So you just read and say, I like that.
Right, and
Click,
we put it all
bang,
in an email.
Boom, bang. Okay.
I send mine early in the morning, then Laura sends hers, and then Mason decides, okay, I've got these 20 ideas, let's roll with them.
Okay.
So the good news is when Laura and I are here together and Mason and Bergman aren't, we get to do all the stuff we wanted to do that those guys don't do. Those guys like
Inmates,
Yeah, those guys like to stay in the fairway. They don't like to do anything controversial or
come on, you got to have fun. Yeah.
Right. So now all the weird stuff's coming out today.
Yeah.
And let's start with this, okay? I'm a little too close to this situation, so I'm going to rely on the three of you, and Laura, you in particular, because Laura is not the biggest LeBron fan. She doesn't.
I did know that.
Dislike him.
Every time you hate LeBron, you say
I don't.
That's what she says. I don't hate LeBron.
That would be inaccurate, right?
Correct. Inaccurate.
But you feel like he casts a very big shadow, and you get tired of it sometimes.
Correct.
That'd be a good.
You don't hate him. You hate the aura around him.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Here's what, and again, I'm going to leave it to you guys. You guys can weigh in on sports graffiti too if you want. You
can't lay out though. I need you.
I may be. Well, I'll set it up. I may be too close to the situation to have feelings about it, but for the life of me, DeMarco, I cannot understand where all of this Bronny hate is coming from. And it's not dislike, it's not take it or leave it. It's hate. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you Exhibit A here. I've known Rob Parker for a long time. Rob is a very good dude. He is an adjunct professor at USC. I met Rob in Detroit years ago. He now has a show on the Fox Sports Radio Network. It's not on in LA. Him and Chris Broussard, who's another good dude.
Been on that show. Yeah.
You're right. So those guys are both good guys.
Great guys. Yeah.
I want you to listen to what Rob says about the Lakers drafting Bronny James. And by the way, again, I'm a Rob Parker fan. I like him. This is, in my opinion, the weirdest take he has ever had.
That's saying a lot.
And it's about Bronny James. Here it is.
I think this is the worst decision that's ever happened in professional sports. And I'm dead serious when I say that. Someone would have to show me on the field where some guy got his son a spot on a team or some owner put his nephew on. I'll just take the last spot on the roster. It doesn't matter. I want you to be on the team because I own the team.
All right.
I can't think of one. Can you?
I can think of a ton. And
For sons?
Okay, now wait a minute. Stay with me here. First, let's address this is the worst decision that's ever happened in the history of professional sports. This is worse than the Portland Trail Blazers passing on Michael Jordan and drafting Sam Bowie.
Yeah, argument dead already.
This is worse than the Patriots giving a contract to Aaron Hernandez. All right? And even if I take the criminal elements out, even if I take the Lawrence Phillips and Aaron Hernandez, like the things that are like life and death, because I don't think that's where Rob was going. If I just stick with like sports decisions.
Yeah.
This isn't even in the top 10.
Not even. I'm not sure what he meant, though. I mean, bad for Bronny, bad for us, bad in sports, period.
Because he says that he was handed this.
Yeah.
All right, because of his father. And then he says, you're going to have to show me. Now, Rob's been in sports
forever.
Longer than I have.
Forever. Yeah.
And we've both been in sports forever. Now, Rob says, I need you to show me an example of somebody being given a spot on a team just because who they're related to. All right, here are just a few.
Okay.
Kelvin Blevins was on the Portland Trailblazer active roster because he was Damian Lillard's cousin. They didn't want Dame to leave, so they gave him a roster spot. Remember J.R. Smith?
I do remember J.R. Smith. Yes.
Who had a career in Cleveland, New York. His brother Chris was put on the Knicks roster even though he wasn't an NBA caliber player because they thought it would make JR more comfortable.
JR was kind of a little out there anyway, but not drafted. But,
Dwayne Wade's son was drafted by a G League team that he owns. All right.
Okay, that makes sense, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, remember.
That's peace in the valley with your wife.
You've heard of Goran Dragic.
Of course.
Have you heard of Zoran Dragic, who was on the Heat roster because Goran was there and they wanted him to be comfortable? Do you remember Taylor Griffin?
I do.
Blake's brother, who was in the NBA, even though he wasn't an NBA player? Rob, this happens all the time.
Were they drafted?
All these guys
were drafted.
Put on the team because of who they were related to.
Yeah.
I could go on forever. So here's my question. Am I missing something? Why is this? Bill Plaschke has written like 3 columns. Here's what Bill wrote the other day after the Lakers drafted Bronny with the 55th pick. What's to come is madness. Each of his minutes in Summer League will be analyzed as if he's playing in the NBA Finals.
That's true.
Derisive chants from overserved Las Vegas patrons are likely to be shouted as if he's a villain.
It's true.
Okay.
Don't you hope he's bad? Don't you really hope Bronny's bad?
I'm going to get to
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I have 0 expectations. He's a 55th pick. If he doesn't do anything, that's what most 55th picks do. What am I missing?
Look, I think it's from a different perspective because it is LeBron. I think it's part of that LeBron heat because for as many people that love him, there's twice as many that probably don't like him, like Laura, or on the fence like Laura.
Okay.
On the fence like Laura. I didn't say hate. I said on the fence. Not sure.
But why are people hating on Bronny?
And then I think it's the Laker faithful that are seeing your franchise in a tailspin. And there's nothing you can do to get out of it. Like, that's why I asked you guys during that last conversation, when's the next championship? This is all fun. This is great. But when do we get back on top?
Right, but nobody knows. Like, when's the next championship for anybody? I mean, we don't know who's going to win. You know, there have been 6 different NBA champions over the past 6 years.
But wouldn't you say Boston has a pretty good shot?
They're the favorites.
The favorites
for
next year.
Denver was the favorite this year, and they didn't win.
But I think you want to get back to that level,
to that tier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get that.
So we're talking about Bronny. We're talking about LeBron. We're still stuck, mired in the mud, instead of moving on and talking about championships. I think that's where some of the hate's coming from.
Laura, why are people hating on Bronny? What did he do?
For me personally, I don't hate Bronny, and I don't think people are hating on Bronny more so than what Bronny being drafted into the Lakers represents. And I think I've mentioned that before as far as like the clause that Clutch and LeBron have in the organization and how it's going to affect us in years to come. But I think because he's a hit story, like DeMarco and I were talking about, he brings eyes to whatever you post.
But isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, of any 55th pick or second round pick, this guy will actually put butts in the seat.
Right, and people will watch.
That's why he's getting paid more than other second round picks.
But the worst decision in the history of sports.
No, I clearly no. And
I think
Rob is great at what he does.
Right,
he's great at what he does.
Rob's a smart guy. He may have done
absolutely
done this to evoke exactly where I went.
Yes, obviously not the worst decision.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Rob hears about this. He's going to say, "I've gotcha." You know, he may have just done it.
Of course,
but I just the hate keeps coming for this kid. And I don't think he's done anything wrong. I mean, matter of fact, DeMarco, 1 year ago, this kid was in the hospital with a heart condition.
It's amazing. Look, I think he deserves to be in the NBA.
Well, we'll find out. But
we're gonna as much as any second round pick. Yeah.
And let me. I'll wrap it up on this. 90% of the people ripping this kid, haven't seen him play.
I've never seen him play. And I think
kind of the culture we live in.
I think I'm rooting for him.
Well, I am because I'm a Laker fan. But
I
find it weird that he evokes. He's this much of a lightning rod. that he hasn't done anything.
Remember Julio Cesar Chavez?
Sure.
Okay, I hated him so much when he was a fighter, but I respect him.
Right.
That I love to see his kids get knocked out because of him. So
you
kind of
hated
maybe there it
Julio
is.
Cesar
because
Chavez.
he beat all my guys.
Okay, well,
Right.
That's why I respect him, but
Well,
I love to see his kids get
Laura,
beat up.
I was
Yeah.
in Las Vegas the night De La Hoya beat Chavez, and De La Hoya got booed out of the ring.
I ran out of there.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me because my mom's a big boxing person, and that was her hero. And someone asked me, "How did your mom feel when that happened?" I was like, "She felt devastated."
Right.
And I agree.
Super
people,
weird.
Yeah.
I was in a row. It was Jonathan Ogden, Jaromir Jagr, and somebody else. And when that fight ended, Ogden disappeared. How does a guy that big disappear? Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, coming up next, the Dodgers did something last night, really for over the past 3 days, that makes absolutely zero sense to me. Because DeMarco's here, I got a couple of football things that I'm going to throw at him as well. Mason in Ireland, DeMarco in for Mace. Laura's here, Brian's here. We'll take you till 4 o'clock, ESPN LA.
1 week from today at West Covina Sportsplex, don't miss your chance to press the flesh with us and root for your favorite 710 personality during the summer tradition unlike any other. The All-Star Friday Night next Friday. Live broadcast and event begins at noon. The festivities for the game get underway at 6 p.m. Whose team am I on?
There's the
No
list.
one.
I'm not on the team.
Wait, are you playing?
I am going to play.
we'll
All right,
talk
then
about
you're
this
going
next.
on Mason's team.
Thank you very much.
Because I'll read you a text from Mason
Okay.
before. He'll be happy that I just
I got
him
it back.
DeMarco.
We'll travel.
Okay.
All-Star Friday Night made possible by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet. See what all the fun is about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday Night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
All right, first day, spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're gonna lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine, he's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, Mason and Ireland, DeMarco Farr in for Mace, and
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you sick of Caitlin Clark?
No, I'm the opposite.
You're the opposite.
I like her.
Or the story.
I like her, and I like Angel Reese. I like them both. I think it's great for the game. I
just all the hoopla around it.
I don't, much like I don't understand the Bronny James hate.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't understand the Caitlin Clark hate.
Well, you do understand it.
Well, no,
it's a way to pick sides,
right? But
yeah.
DeMarco, they got 1 million more votes in the, not just her, the whole league got 1 million more votes for their All-Star game just because she's in the game.
Yeah, of course. I know, but you understand where all this stuff is coming from.
That they don't like that she's been anointed?
The story and all the stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't. Of course. Anytime you get a great player into your league, I'm for it.
Definitely. Yeah. She can play. Okay, great.
Yeah, I actually don't get the hate. All right, did you hear that? Did you guys hear that?
No.
Christian Walker just hit another home run.
I was like, what? What did we miss? What did we? That was great.
Did you guys? Okay, so get a load of this. The Dodgers lost 2 of 3 to Arizona over the weekend. Christian Walker of the Diamondbacks, DeMarco, hit 5 home runs and had 9 RBIs in the 3-game series.
Oh, he got the right mix.
Why did the Dodgers keep pitching to him? Finally, yesterday, they intentionally walked him at the end of the game because they figured it out. Why did it take 5 home runs and 9 RBIs to figure out you maybe shouldn't throw a strike to this guy?
The guts. I mean, you ain't seen my fastball.
You know, right. You ain't seen my heat.
You ain't seen my heat. Absolutely.
What in the hell? Why is this guy seeing a pitch anywhere near home plate?
He's feeling it, obviously, and he made him pay for it.
And what happened to the days where you brushed him back with an inside pitch? I'm not suggesting hit him. I think that's stupid. But I didn't see
make him uncomfortable.
I didn't see anybody try and make him uncomfortable.
But some days
I texted that to Bergman, and he said pitchers in today's game just don't think like that.
They don't. I'm sure they do.
Well, why didn't they?
Who knows? But the guy was clearly locked in.
He never had to back up.
What was his name? Fernando Tatis Sr.?
Right. Hit 2 grand slams in one inning.
Right. Some days the guys just feel it. Yeah. Some series, it's just your series.
Just absolutely
I would have
crazy.
hit him, though. What's wrong with you? Don't like guys getting hit?
Well, I think it's dangerous, but I wouldn't
have hip.
I hit him in the butt. I wouldn't have a problem though with brushing him back and getting him off the plate. He was, to use your phrase, he was way too comfortable,
locked in. Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, so I want to. Like I said, I save football things for you. Sometimes
I was the king of jumping off sides. I would give you one like that. Right. That was my equivalent of a pitcher hitting a batter. If you're blocking me too well, when you're locked in your stance,
that's what you do. You try and get a jump on
right
him?
In your head as hard as I could. I'll give you 5 yards, just to shake you up.
So there's this controversy in the NFL right now involving the Eagles and the Giants. So the Giants decided not to sign Saquon Barkley, and he signed as a free agent with the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then Hard Knocks debuted.
That's the weirdest thing ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hard Knocks debuts a couple days ago, and there's a conversation on Hard Knocks, and A.J. Brown came out yesterday, and he said, that conversation alone has me mad. Forget about Saquon. I can't wait to play those guys. They disrespected him. So I pulled the conversation, okay?
Yeah.
This is Joe Shane is pronounced, right?
Yes.
Okay. Joe Shane.
Sheon?
Right.
Yeah.
Scheon.
Yeah.
But he's talking to John Mara, who's the owner of the Giants. And I've listened to this 4 times. I'm trying to find out where the disrespect is. And so I want to play it for you because you play in the league and I didn't.
Okay, go ahead.
Tell me if this is disrespectful.
Because we're not going to franchise him. Like, it doesn't make any sense to franchise him. So.
Unless you think you can trade him after doing that.
Right. And then could we get something and trade him? What are we really going to get? Unless it got down to like $7 million. And I don't want to offer that because I don't want to be like we disrespected him. There's 31 teams. It only takes one to, maybe be open to doing something. If it doesn't get to that, hey, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to let you hit free agency, find out your market, come back, and let us know if we can match it. If we can, we'll have those discussions.
I mean, in a perfect world, I'd still like to have him back. Until we can prove that we can have a decent offense without him.
Daniel's making a lot of money, and it's the fork. Like, we got to figure out is he the guy? So we got to protect him. We need to put resources there. Yeah. We have Waller, Belly, a healthy Wandell, Hyatt, Slayton. We'll have to find a running back, but upgrade the offensive line, give him a chance.
All right,
Thought
so he
you
wants
had
to.
Waller.
Yeah, Waller retired. But so
Yeah.
what about that? Was that disrespectful to Saquon Barkley?
I think the disrespectful part would be we paid Daniel Jones, who is not a finished product. And it costs,
Daniel. To piggyback on DeMarco's point, Daniel Jones makes $40 million, and Saquon was making $12 million.
and he's not worth $40 million. It's just the quarterback market.
Right.
They're
Right.
afraid to cut bait because you have to start over, and they don't want to do that. They're trying to get something out of the kid or out of Daniel Jones. So the disrespectful part is, number one, hearing yourself or a player being talked about like that, like they're commodities. That would get under your skin. That should not be for public consumption, because players will take that the wrong way, obviously. But the disrespectful part to me, and I'm just thinking what A.J. Brown was, you're going to pay this quarterback and you're going to let Saquon walk. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He was your offense. He was your football team. Do you know what Saquon Barkley did for them? He kept them relevant, even though they weren't. And you let him go to a division rival to protect Daniel Jones, you're a bunch of boneheads. That part to me, if I'm A.J. Brown, that would be the disrespectful part.
All right, let me come back at you with this. That makes sense to me, but isn't that the way the league is moving? I mean, they let Derrick Henry go. The Rams let Todd Gurley go. I mean,
right.
the running backs are not valued the way they used to be, right?
No, but they're
you
still
played
important.
with Marshall Faulk.
They're not valued. They're being underpaid, but they're still valuable to winning because you have to go out and stop the other team's running back. If not, that's the fastest way to lose. They just hand the ball off. If you can't stop that, you lose the football game. So running the football is still as important as it used to be, as the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's just not paying one guy to be that guy. That money was shifted to the quarterback, to the slot receiver, and to whoever else. Running backs have been devalued, and that makes a lot of people upset.
Okay, here's another one for you. NFL training camps open in less than 3 weeks.
Can't wait.
I don't think people are prepared. I think you might be, but I don't think people are prepared for the new kickoff rules. The proposal that was voted through, now this is going in this year, calls for the kicker to kick off from his own 35-yard line with the rest of the kickoff team having 1 foot on the return team's 40. So they're giving him a huge head start. The return team will have 9 or 10 players in the setup zone between the 35 and the 30, with at least 7 having 1 foot on the 35. A maximum of 2 returners can be in the landing zone, which is inside the 20s. In other words, DeMarco, they're bunching them all together so you can't get a full running start, and they're trying to eliminate those head-on collisions that you were a part of when you played.
The concussive shots.
I've read that, what I just read to you, 3 times, and I still don't know what to expect.
Okay.
What should we expect?
Okay, you've been in sports how long? We said this with Rob Parker forever.
Yeah.
Give me a ballpark. 25, 30 years?
35 years.
How many kick returns for touchdowns can you remember in your mental Rolodex?
10.
In your whole life.
Yeah,
and Devin Hester probably has 5 of them.
Right.
Right? Okay, so you may see 15 in a season with the way this is going. This is insane. 1 missed tackle, and it's off to the races. It's rugby sevens.
Even though I don't get a running start.
Even though you're taking the collision part out of it, and you're basically running guys into blocks. So you're going to be picked up by men that are standing right there. And then the returner gets a chance to pick and choose where he wants to go. That's why most of the talk is your kicker better be able to tackle, because he might be the only guy that's free to the football.
Is it ridiculous for me to suggest, because it used to be you just hired a kicker with a big leg like Greg Zuerlein to kick it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Now that you're kicking from your own 35, that's not going to happen anymore.
No.
Is it ridiculous for me to suggest that you have a linebacker, a defensive lineman, kick the ball?
So I've had these discussions with special teams coaches, and that movie Armageddon comes up a bunch.
Okay.
When they train drillers to be astronauts versus why don't you do the opposite that makes more sense, right? What's tougher? So can I train a place kicker or a punter to be a tackler? Or can I train a safety, a backup safety, to at least pooch it down,
if I
be
asked
a credible kickoff man, and go make a play?
Prime, could you have kicked it to the other end if I gave you a couple of weeks to practice it?
Probably. I think I can get you around the 5.
Right. Well, that's all you need in this new world, right?
But I mean, it's
and then I have you to tackle.
But there would be no hang time. And you need guys that can actually get it up and down.
So the kicks we're going to see are going to be like high pop-ups that land on the 5.
I think what we're going to start talking about, because you're going to see a lot of returns, big returns, change games. It's going to change the game for a while. And I said this to McVay. This might be the biggest rule change since they allowed the left tackles or the tackles to drop off the line of scrimmage. Because before, they had every offensive line had to put their hand on the line of scrimmage. So you had a flat O line. Think about that in today's game. if you don't allow the tackles to stagger. Your quarterback would be murdered, right? So, and then when they went from blocking with your elbows to extending your arms, this will be the biggest change in football we've ever seen until the kickers adjust. Because I think.
But do you think the kickers will be the ones kicking off?
I do, and I think ball manipulation is going to be key. It's going to bring more soccer into the game, bring the foot back into the game. Because if you have something that's short, that's right to a return guy, and you miss a tackle, just one, gone. You'll never get it.
Oh, I can't wait now.
Yeah,
now
it's going to be fun.
Oh, by the way, I'm glad Laura reminded me. Listen for the lie of the day. I'm going to lie at some point today. I'm going to tell a blatant lie. At 3:30, if you can identify what I lied about, you win tickets to be part of the action as Leon Edwards looks to defend his welterweight title against Bilal Muhammad at the UFC 304 at the Cosm. If you haven't heard about the Cosm, this is shared reality, giant screen surround sound on July 27th.
Ooh.
You can buy, if you don't win, you can buy tickets through Cosm.com, COSM.com, or the Cosm mobile app. So listen for the lie of the day. We'll do that at 3:30. Coming up next, we'll spin the wheel of questions. Laura's got the wheel. DeMarco's in for Mace. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
You never have to miss a...
What we're celebrating is the opening of the first Cosm ever. Greatest trophy in sports. We'll do it! Over a hat trick.
Man, it's blowing up the scale. Come on. It's the fighting it. It's like 20 out of 10, and that's maybe 100 out of 10. It's unbelievable. It's been fantastic. I think you saw the faces as they opened up. They saw the experience for the first time. Great room. Thanks to everybody who came out, including good folks at ESPN.
All right, first day spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're gonna lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
on the radio. Mason and Ireland here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
Of course this would come up.
Okay, what do we
Of
get?
course. Because, Dad's away, and so is Mason. So I actually came across an interesting conversation with between Gronk and Edelman, and I want you guys to hear a little bit about, and then I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
I think we would be really good on OnlyFans. Yeah. I feel like
together.
Yeah, together.
Link in bio. Link in bio. Link in bio.
To do it together. Never show the junk. Never ever show it. Never ever. You can't be the one that shows the junk. I looked it up the other day because someone recommended me to get on OnlyFans, and I looked up what dudes are on OnlyFans and how much they're making a month, and it said Tyga is making $80 million a month. $40 million, I think, a month. To where just saying that just give me a little spark to maybe start a business with Jules. Yeah, we can get about 20 to 40.
They think they could get 20 to 40. First of all, Tyga's not making 80 mil a month.
Yeah, if he was making 80 mil a month, he would own the NBA.
Yeah, there's no way. But my question to you guys, obviously, we know John will do anything for money.
Yep.
Clearly, he exposed that on the Mandy's.
Yep.
But I want to know, do you really think that Gronk and Edelman can make even 20 mil?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Absolutely. It's Gronk.
Right,
Yeah,
but what type of content is he providing?
Whatever you can think of. It's Rob Gronkowski.
Okay, so I'm a little naive in this area. Do any of you subscribe to OnlyFans pages? What does it cost?
No.
I have no idea.
Like
I don't know how it
Lindsay
works.
used to have an OnlyFans page. I don't know if she still has it.
How does it work? You just
But,
pay?
Like I pay her money to look at her posts.
I don't know because I've never been a part of that, but I think it's like subscription based, and they said that Tyga charges $20 a month, so maybe you can put your own fee of how much you charge a month.
Yeah, you would do anything for $100, right?
Right.
Gronk would do anything for free. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So imagine what he would do if you paid him. Exactly. Right.
So a friend of mine came up with an idea that he thinks I could make a lot of money. I'm going to tell you guys the idea and tell me if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
This is his idea. That I go on Cameo. Okay. Which is the same concept. You pay money and then I do a video for you.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
But for the specific purpose of narrating their kids' basketball highlights.
Oh, man.
So in other words, you would say, how old's your son?
Daughter, 9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's playing in a youth league.
Yes.
For a present for her, you send me 3 minutes of her highlights, and I voice them like I'm calling a Laker game and send it back
Your friend
to you.
is dead on. You should do this.
You think
100%.
I
I
would do
make
it.
money?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I want you to do that
Brian,
for
what
my
do you
daughter.
think?
I think that's the best idea I've ever heard on
That-
camera.
Yeah.
That is
That's
the coolest
awesome.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is cool.
All right.
Come on.
Maybe I'll do it.
Absolutely.
You know my friend. I think you played against him. My friend is Eric Johnson, who used to play tight end for the 49ers.
Oh, my God. I do know EJ. Yeah.
Yeah, great guy.
Yes.
And his
Smart.
His
Yes.
son Ace is 10, and Ace was golfing with us, and did great, by the way. And I was, because it's my nature, I was kind of calling his golf shots.
No way.
And Johnson goes, "I got a great idea." and he threw that at me.
Yeah.
But I haven't developed it.
Oh, yeah. We should delete this whole segment because somebody's going to beat you to it right now.
Well, they would. But someone else isn't the Laker announcer.
This is true.
Yeah.
Very true. But that's dope. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God. That would be awesome.
All right. So, wow. So you guys all like that idea.
I do.
I think you should do it. It is a great idea, and
So you have nephews. Like, if would you send me your nephew's
Yes.
basketball?
I would.
Yes.
I have my nephew's video right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for you two, you get it free. Everybody else, $40.
Done.
But,
See?
Yeah. Okay, I'll look into it.
I like it.
Yeah, and we'll wait and see what happens. But it's probably more work than I want to do. But let's see if I can figure
Can
it
I
out.
ask one question of Laura real quick?
Of course.
OnlyFans. Is there a guy you would pay money for
Benjamin
on
Bratt?
OnlyFans?
No, he gives it to me for free on
Oh.
TV. But no, I don't think there is. To
Not
be honest.
one?
No,
Okay.
because guys are like, I mean, again, I don't know. I know there's people that have feet pics and all these
Yeah, yeah.
random things on there, but abs, guys post for free. And junks are not cute.
Yeah, but I mean, what was the clip you played the other day, Laura? That they wanted that girl to
the Hawk Tuah girl
to spit in a jar, and they were going to sell it. And they
$600.
Who buys that?
Weirdos.
Who buys that?
Weirdos.
Sorry,
which one of it's Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa, that's one of the Real Housewives of Miami, right?
Yeah.
She said in one of those shows once that she posts these aren't naked pictures. These are just pictures of like her in a bathing suit on her OnlyFans page, and guys in the Middle East like pay tons of money for
that. Wow,
yeah, she makes a bunch of money off it.
I know. I won't say her name because she used to be in LA radio. I know somebody who has one, but she posts pictures of her family, her kids, and people pay her to do that.
To do that?
Yeah, she stopped posting things on Instagram.
Me and you.
Let's go.
She's like, why am I going to post it for free on Instagram when people will pay me to see them?
See, we'll just stand there.
You go. Yeah, we live good lives. You know, people want to see that.
There you go.
Yeah,
we'll just sit there and eat.
Them curls, Brian. Them curls.
Oh, by the way, the Dodgers. We mentioned to start earlier this hour that Christian Walker hit like a bunch of home runs. The good news is,
don't tell me he did it again.
No, the good news is the Diamondbacks have left town.
Oh, good. Okay.
But the Brewers, who are in first place in their division, descend on Dodger Stadium tonight. So the Dodgers play Milwaukee tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then they head back out on the road. You know what's interesting too, by the way, you guys. Except for the Rockies, who stink.
Yeah.
The Dodgers' record against the other three teams in the division, all right, the Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Giants, is 13-13.
Wow.
So everybody thinks that the Dodgers are the team to beat. They have a huge lead in the division. They are really good. But we've seen this movie. The Padres knocked them out 2 years ago. The Diamondbacks knocked them out last year. And I thought Jerry Hairston last night on Sportsnet LA did a great job of explaining why the Dodgers need to figure out the Diamondbacks now.
What did he say?
He basically said, they're coming for you. They have full confidence. They knocked you out of the playoffs last year, including wins in your building, and now they just came in and took 2 or 3, and their best player, you didn't brush him back at all, hit 5 home runs and had 9 RBIs in 3 games. They are not scared at you in the least, and you've got it. There's one more series between these two teams, the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. It's in Arizona later this year. He said, you can't just treat these like throwaway games. The Dodgers are probably going to win the division, but they feel like they have figured the Dodgers out.
It's everybody's World Series when you play the Dodgers.
Right.
Weirdest time in Los Angeles, would you say yes or no? Bronny James is in town. You got the highest payroll for the Dodgers. Everybody hates you because of that.
By the way, Shohei Ohtani's birthday today.
Is it really?
Cancer, baby.
How old is he?
Look up. How
30.
Is he? 30.
He's
30
30
today.
years old. Okay.
So
thank God for that bat boy.
Yeah. Happy
oh my
birthday.
God, yes.
To Shohei. All right, coming up next, something DeMarco Farr has never experienced. Sports graffiti. Here's how it works. We're going to open the phones. Laura just opened them up. 877-710-3776. It's your chance to shine. You can call. Laura will put you on hold. She'll just ask you for your name. You can say anything you want. Now, we don't know if this is going to work because it's kind of a holiday.
That's all right.
Normally, when we do it during the week, everybody's at work. If you've tried to call in before and you haven't been able to get through, my guess is today you can.
Yeah, okay. I'm hoping Danny Trejo's out there.
Yeah,
call in.
877. Yeah, you're getting a fight over the weekend.
Call in. I need to talk to you.
Yeah, 877-710-3776. 877-710-ESPN. 20 seconds to say absolutely anything you want, and it's next. DeMarco and for Mace, I'm John Ireland. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
All right, first day spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're going to lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
blowing up the scale. Come on. It's defining it. It's like 20 out of 10, and that's maybe maybe 100 out of 10. It's unbelievable. It's been fantastic. I think you saw the faces as they opened up. They saw the experience for the first time. Great room. Thanks to everybody who came out, including good folks at ESPN.
It's Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason in Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason in Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, it's time for Sports Graffiti, the virgin voyage for DeMarco Farr.
Can't wait.
Here's how it works. I'll say your name. I'll say, DeMarco, you're on Sports Graffiti, go. And you have 15 to 20 seconds to say absolutely anything you want. Don't curse or we'll dump you. David, you lead off. You're on Sports Graffiti. David, go.
All right, big fan, guys. Good afternoon. Big fan of yours, Ireland. Just want to let you know, with the addition of the Kings and the Trojans, you have competition at the Manny's for play-by-play announcer.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good
God.
point. I didn't think of that, David.
Wow.
And by the way, I'm a big Nick Nixon fan, and I'm a big Pete Arbogast fan. So
Love Pete.
my 3-year run as best play-by-play guy is probably in serious
heat. I see
jeopardy.
you sweating. Yeah.
I know. Jonathan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Jonathan, go.
Hello. What's the expectations for Bronny James in his first year with the Lakers?
That's a good question, Jonathan.
play.
What I would say is to develop. I think he's going to play about as much as Jalen Hood-Schifino played last
That's
year.
right, just to play and get better.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
And which is why I go back to what I said off the top of the show. My expectations of him are 0. If he plays and plays well, good for him. But if not, it's a development
What if he
year.
turns out to be great?
Yeah. I mean, nobody's even considering that.
Yeah.
Ken, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Ken.
Hi there, and Colonel Del Mar says hi. So, the last 4 games, the Dodgers starters, and 3 of the 4 are among their best starters, won a total of 15 innings, basically 4 innings a game.
Right, ouch.
And they get 20 runs. And I'm going to make a prediction right now.
What is it?
The Dodgers' offense is terrible. The pitching has looked terrible the last week and a half. The Dodgers are going to go 9-17 in the month of July, and they're going to be fighting for first place with San Diego, who's only 6 games behind.
Wow, that would be something.
Guy's Kreskin.
Yeah. He's right about the pitching, though.
Yeah,
The pitching's been really bad. Mike, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Mike.
Yes, Ireland, the animosity that you're mentioning against Bronny is a byproduct of something greater. This once proud organization is now on a downfall. I remember during the 80s, Magic was clearly the player of the face of the team, but Jerry West clearly ran the team. Jeannie Buss has handed the reins over to LeBron James. He's the face of the team, and it's clear now that he is even making the calls on who's on the team, even at the detriment of the team, if it means he gets a photo op with his son to be the first to play with his son.
All right. I get all that, Mike. I just don't understand why the hate is directed at a 19-year-old. I don't. I think
he's just.
He said. Well, he said it. He said it's a byproduct
collateral
of what's happened.
damage.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
what that is.
Which doesn't seem fair to me. Mondo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
All right, Johnny. I'm going to stir the pot here. That last guy don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, when you and Mace aren't there, I don't know why Greg automatically jumps in and is the A-chair. He should not be the A-chair. He is not a good A-chair. Talking about you not being a good A-chair. That's all I got to say.
All right,
Dang.
man. Bergman hate.
Wow.
Save that call so we can play it on Monday. Jerry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, John. I have to tell you, I've been listening to sports radio I'm 77 now.
Oh, good for you.
I think I've listened to more hours than anybody else in the city of Los Angeles. I have followed sports I have to tell you, one of the most favorite shows I ever saw was Chick Hearn doing Bowling for Dollars.
Oh, so
It
great.
was fantastic.
So great. Yeah.
Question to you, John. I sat across from you at Lowry's for Thanksgiving about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And you had about 25 people, maybe 30 people at your table. And I wanted to know, when the bill came at the end of the night,
yeah,
were you the sport that picked up the bill for everybody, or did everybody chip in?
We split.
Now,
We split. It's a good question, Jerry. We do that every year. The same families all do it, and all the dads pay. So
Nice.
there's probably. So you bring your whole family. My family has 3 people, my
Yeah.
wife and my son. But all the dads have agreed we'll split it. It's probably 5 of us, and we just split the bill with however many. And Lowry's is great about
That's
it.
awesome. Yeah.
So we do it every year. But thank you for
Let's
listening.
go to the Lowry's Beef Bowl for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
oh, my God.
It's still great.
Loved it.
JT, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
No one's talking about this, but we're having a World Cup as we speak. Portugal and France are tied. The Euro Championship is going on. The Copa America is going on. Guys, the final for both of them are July 14th. Small World Cup. Have a good day, guys.
All right, thanks.
I'm
he
watching
said
that.
it's by the way, he said it's a World Cup. It's not a World Cup. It's Copa
Copa
America,
America.
right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a World Cup.
Yeah, I'm
It's
watching
all these World Cup teams win. There was Messi barely missed his penalty kick, but Argentina survived yesterday. Here's Mitch. Mitch, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
I liked his Bronny James. Clippers took a little page. They drafted Christie's brother. I would like to think if he wasn't available, they would have had the backbone taking Bronny. Like these other teams, they didn't have the backbone. You know, back in the '60s, didn't the Lou brothers played the whole outfit for the Giants?
Of course.
Yeah. Just a coincidence, right?
Matty, Jesus, and Felipe, the
Wow.
Alou brothers. Yeah, that's a good point, Mitch. Thank you. Kevin, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
I know for a fact that the Lakers are going to make a move at some point. We may not know it yet. That's one thing. Second thing, who would you put after Jerry Rice on the list of greatest wide receivers? Would it be either Randy Moss, T.O., or somebody else?
Randy Moss.
That's the answer?
Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might not even put him behind Rice.
Yeah, well, he was a unique weapon.
Absolutely 100%
and of course,
uncoverable.
Me, as a Raider fan, we screwed it up. We had Randy Moss, and we screwed it up. Perry, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon.
Good
You
afternoon.
guys owe Mason an apology.
For
okay?
what?
I remember Lakers season last year, play-in tournament. He said, "Let's fall to 8th, avoid the Nuggets." If that would have happened, we would have had a better shot of getting through the playoffs and having a Boston, LA finals, and Lakers would have won it.
You know,
guys owe Mason a big apology.
No, Perry, I said it right after it happened. People didn't want to tank to go to the 8.
I remember this.
When we were in the 7,
Yeah.
and Mason said they're being stupid. And I think because the Nuggets knocked us out in 5, that you can't say that he was wrong. You know, everybody says, well, it's the integrity of the game, blah, blah, blah. No, we got knocked out in 5 by the Nuggets.
By the Nuggets.
You can't dismiss Mason's idea as stupid. Corey, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
I just got to say, Rob Pelinka, you got to do something. I'm tired of this. This is ridiculous. Y'all got to get some moves made. I know you said what you said at the press conference, but that's not working for Laker fans. We're not liking that. Also, stop talk about Bronny James. Stop crying about it. Nepotism happens every day.
Yep.
If it's so bad, make it illegal.
Thank you,
that.
Corey.
There you go.
He's right about nepotism happening everywhere.
Everywhere. It's all around you.
Yeah, I mean, every day in every business. Omar, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, how you guys doing? I
Good.
just want to give a shout out to Parker Bell, the disrespect of not having him in the softball game while hosting Blue Review. I called on everybody to boo gutless Birdman.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Why? Wait a minute. Laura, why isn't Parker in the softball
So
game?
Parker is also GKB, and he has to do his social media duties, so he cannot play.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I don't make those decisions.
He can do social media while he's playing.
Sure.
On
At the
Monday,
same
by the
time.
way, I've negotiated a trade.
He has.
And
I'm gonna get
and
heat for
Bergman
this.
is going to hate it. But okay, so over the weekend, Mason texted me. He's in a full-blown panic about how bad the team is I drafted for him.
Yeah.
So
I'm offended.
Laura,
I'm on that
Laura's
team.
knee is acting up. Laura out, DeMarco in. And watch Bergman, who has said, I picked the worst team, and they have no chance to lose. Watch Bergman tries to, no, that's not fair. After all he did was talk about how great his team
Wow,
is
look at
for
that.
3 days. But DeMarco's going to step in for Laura.
I got you, Laura.
And they're going to win it. Let's do one more. Raider Deb. Deb, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
What's up, John DeMarco? Hey, question on Max Christie.
Right.
So in year 2, we saw him develop. He was, getting better at defense. He wasn't afraid to shoot. He wasn't afraid to attack the basket. And again, his rebounding and his defense had proved. I don't know what Ham had against him. He would get some playing time. Next, he wouldn't see anything. Do we anticipate that he will be able to get more playing time as a person who can come in now and give us some shooting, give us some scoring, and not afraid to attack the defenders and get in there and rebound and shoot?
Deb, this is an excellent question by you, and I will tell you that one of the main reasons J.J. Redick was hired is to develop guys like Max Christie. I think Max Christie is going to double his minutes in the coming season.
Wow.
He can play, DeMarco. And to
Yeah.
Deb's point, he jumps higher, runs faster, and shoots better than he did when he was a rookie. We drafted him when he was 19. This will be his 3rd year coming up. I think he's going to play a lot, Deb, and I think he's going to play well. I'm a huge fan of Max Christie, and I think J.J. Redick knows it, and he's going to play him. I'll be very surprised if I'm wrong about this.
Is Darvin Ham like the equivalent of Jeff Fisher?
No, but it's a fair question. Here's what I'll say about Darvin. First-time head coach, got thrown right in the. He's not a good guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Darvin is you'd love having him here. If he was here hanging, he would answer any questions we have. He's not afraid to call, to be honest about everything, about where he made mistakes and where he didn't. He was under so much pressure to win, DeMarco, that I think he lost sight of the team that he took to the Western Conference Finals in his first year. I would not have, when he benched Hachimura, benched Russell, and benched Reeves to try and get more defense and put in guys like Cam Reddish and Torian Prince, he lost the locker room. And that's what happened. But I think Darvin's going to get another opportunity. I'm a huge Darvin Ham fan. He's a good dude. But it wasn't going to be here because the team, he lost the team when he did that.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Time to talk about ZipRecruiter. If you are hiring, it can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job. That's almost 2.5 months. So if you're hiring for a growing business, stop waiting and start using ZipRecruiter. Right now, you can use it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way: we don't leave anything to chance. And he's right. They have an algorithm that matches your skill set and your jobs together. So if you're hiring for a specific job, it'll find people that have done that before and who have done it well. They'll send you their contact info, and you are off and running. Just go to that exclusive web address to try ZipRecruiter for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com, and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
All right, first day spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're gonna lose $100,000 mythical money. Cause look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
What we're celebrating is the opening of the first Cosm ever.
Greatest trophy in sports.
Man, it's blown up the scale. Come on. It's the fighting it. It's like 20 out of 10, and that's maybe humble, maybe 100 out of 10. It's unbelievable. It's been fantastic. I think you saw the faces as they opened up. They saw the experience for the first time. Great room. Thanks to everybody who came out, including good folks at ESPN.
Now.
Today it's DeMarco Farr and Ireland. DeMarco nice enough to pinch it for Mace. Mace will be back on Tuesday. I think I'm doing the show Monday with Momo.
Yeah, not Kirk Morrison. This is DeMarco.
What? By the way, again at the Mandy's.
Again, right in front of me.
I know. It's like really? We're that dumb that we can't tell the difference between the two black guys?
Right there,
yeah,
yes.
It's unbelievable. But, okay, so I'm going to read you, I got a football thing I want to throw at you. But before I do, I'm going to read you guys a story, and I just want your take on it.
Okay.
All right? Jennifer Lopez, who's been in the news a lot lately, she had a concert tour that she decided to cancel. Yeah. It seems like her and Ben Affleck may be breaking up.
Yeah.
She was seen recently flying coach on a plane.
Get out of here.
From Naples to Paris. Okay, so you walk on a plane, you see Jennifer Lopez in row 15D. All right? Me telling you that story. Brian, you first.
Wait, am I alone?
Hold on.
Okay.
Me telling you this story. Brian, does that make you think more or less of Jennifer Lopez?
Maybe more, honestly, just because she's willing to slum it with us regulars.
DeMarco, how about you?
Same.
Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More human.
I'm right with you. I think somebody made a story out of this. They took her picture and everything and made a story out of this to try and embarrass her. I think to me it does the opposite. I think it humanizes her.
Yeah, exactly.
And good for her. And by the way, her bodyguard was with her. You don't have to rent a private plane or go first class every single time Naples to Paris is about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you fly?
Just put a big dude in the aisle, you're good.
By the way, I think it's really cool that she did that.
I agree. So I'm going to be devil's advocate because I also saw the same story. And some people are hinting that she did it because she needs the good publicity right now.
If she planned it, that's terrible.
Well, no, if she planned it, then it's like sneaky
Genius.
smart. It's like Rob Parker saying it was the worst decision in the history of the world.
If she planned that for a photo op, that's terrible.
Well, people are saying that she might have.
Yeah.
If she did it for the photo, for the reason, then it takes away the
that's
little bit
pretty
of
sinister. So her thought process was, okay, I'm going to buy 2 coach tickets. Somebody will take my picture, and it'll get out that I was flying coach, and it humanizes me.
Correct.
Laura, you think it would be that
I don't want
calculated?
I don't want to think that she is that calculated because that's messed up. I was going to say a different word. But, I mean, that's a different perspective than where we're at. So it could, and like to your point, John, it's a quick flight. So if she's like, oh, I got to slum it out, it's an hour, I'm good, and it gives me good publicity.
Or she had to get somewhere. Yeah.
By the way, I mean,
What?
I don't have Jennifer Lopez money, obviously, but I have zero issues flying coach. You might because you're a big guy.
I don't mind flying coach.
Yeah. But you're okay with it.
People, what are you doing back here? I'm flying like you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go home.
Michael flies Southwest a lot, and he's 6'9".
Yes, of course. It's fun back there.
You know what? The party's over there.
Thank you. It's all stuffy up front. Come on.
Yeah, good for Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
All right, so this is the story. So for people who don't know, DeMarco played college football at the University of Washington, then went into the NFL and won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and he's been on the Rams broadcast team for, I think, at least 15 years now, haven't you?
Since 2008. Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. This will be your 16th year.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure most fans realize it. I even didn't. I went to UCLA, for people who don't know. But this past Monday was the first day of the new college conferences. The new Big Ten.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Has 18 teams,
That's so
including USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington. Are we sure this is a good thing?
No, I think it's terrible. I think the way college sports is going, especially football, the way it's going, it's terrible. It's the Wild West. This cannot sustain. That is insane. An 18-team conference?
And by the way, the SEC, I think, has 16. They're
makes
almost
no
as
sense.
bad.
I know. It makes no sense, but I heard this years ago. College football is going to wind up being 3 conferences, and that's it.
I used to love the Pac-12, and I used to love I thought last year the Pac-12 was the best conference in the country.
Yes.
Between Washington and Oregon and USC for a while, and
Whole lot of
Colorado
fun.
with Dion and everything. And now they're all. I will say this, though. These super conferences that you're talking about are going to lead to some insane Saturdays. And the first one.
That's true.
The first one.
Yeah.
Is on October 12th. All right? Listen to this, you guys. On October 12th, all on the same day. Okay? All 5 of these games.
October 12th.
Are on the same day.
Yep.
Mississippi at LSU. Lane Kiffin at LSU taking on Brian Kelly. Now, that would be a good marquee game if it was the only game of the day that was a big game. Florida at Tennessee.
Oh, boy.
110,000 people show up for that one. Ohio State at Oregon. Great game.
Wow.
Okay. Penn State at USC.
Insane.
And Texas at Oklahoma.
Wow.
All on the same day.
Red River rivalry?
I was going to say, if you could only watch one of those, I don't know which one I would pick.
Penn State SC.
I think that's one I would do because we'll have the game.
Yeah.
But Penn State at
Rose Bowl.
USC at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
But Texas OU, you could Ohio State, Oregon.
That's all fun stuff you have to see.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so that I agree with you. I think that the way college sports has disintegrated, and it's all because of money. And I hate that USC and UCLA are no longer in the guys running the Pac-12 screwed the pooch on this.
Oh my God.
And messed up.
I heard something interesting about that. They said they screwed the pooch. the Pac-12 people, because they still believed in the student athlete.
Complete.
They still believe in the student athlete. It's not all about money. That's why they lost out.
Yeah, I don't buy it for a second. I think it's something you say when you've screwed up. No one believes in the student athlete. All right?
Yeah.
I will say this to a person. I'm
Yeah.
looking right at you who was
Yes.
on scholarship at the University of Washington, and I tell this to every high school kid that asks me. Your college experience is what you make of it.
100%.
You are in control of your destiny, especially if you're an athlete on scholarship. They are giving you an education to use your services as an athlete. You're an idiot if you do not use them the way that they're using you. And
preach.
And because of that, anybody who says, that college football, just like anything else, is a business. And the reason these kids are on scholarship is because they support the business. So you should take advantage, if you're a college athlete, of every opportunity you get in college. And I hope you did when you were at UW.
Of course. I agree with you. I thought it was a little disingenuous. And I'll say this. I met a coach, and I can't use his name. I'm sure he doesn't want me to tell.
Right, because you don't want to betray
confidence. But I
said,
said, in the era of the NIL, how in the hell do you coach a football team? He goes, we coach the guys that aren't driven by money. And I'm like, that's 90% of your team. He goes, yep. Right.
Yeah, but college football can still be great, but I hope these athletes, and if you're one of them, I hope you're listening, and listen carefully. The school is using you because of your athletic talent. If you weren't able to throw, kick, tackle, you would be paying a full fee like all your other students.
Exactly.
Use the school back. You take full advantage of the Career Center. Take full advantage of any classes that they offer you. If they offer you early enrollment so you can get classes so you can be at practice in the
advantage.
afternoon.
Yes.
Don't sleep for 4 hours and let some counselor put you in classes you don't want.
No doubt. Yes.
Use the school. Some of these are some of the great institutions in this country. You went to one of them. I went to one of them. If you get a scholarship to UCLA, your first question should be, where's the Career Center and how can I get what I want? All right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it just makes sense. It's nuts.
Yes.
So the Super Conference is here. It started
here.
this Monday. All right, coming up next, one of the weirdest NBA draft stories I have ever heard, and I'm not sure who looks good and who looks bad here, but I'll share it with you. That and a question about 4th of July and fireworks. DeMarco and Mace, I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
1 week from today at the West Covina Sportsplex. Love that, Sportsplex. Don't miss your chance to press the flush with us and root on your favorite 710 personality during the summer tradition unlike any other. All-Star Friday night next Friday, live broadcast. I'm on that show, right? On the live broadcast?
Exactly.
Yeah, an event begins at noon. Festivities for the game get underway at 6 p.m. All-Star Friday night made possible by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet. See what's fun. See what all the fun is about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
All right, first day, spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're going to lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, Mason and Ireland. DeMarco Farr filling in for Mace. We got What's Up, Fool coming in about 10 minutes.
What's up, fool?
All right, so this surprised me. I follow a guy on Twitter named Chris Palmer, who's an NBA reporter. Good dude. Met him a few times. And he tweeted this last night, and it surprised me. I didn't know it, and I'm assuming Chris is right. He says, real quick, wasn't going to mention it, but July 4th is the busiest day of the year for hospital emergency rooms in America. Every year. They staff up and wait for you to come in. Please be careful. Celebrate independence without blowing yourself up. This seems...
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Chris seems to be stating the obvious here,
Yeah.
but if it is the #1 busiest day of the year in emergency rooms, I don't... Maybe you feel differently about it than I do. Brian, I don't know how you feel about fireworks. I've never had an interest in doing my own fireworks. In other words, like going to a fireworks stand, buying a bunch of stuff, lighting them off in the middle of my street, and putting it on a show for my neighbors.
Oh, no.
Is
really?
that something you do?
Oh, my God, yes. Absolutely. I miss those days.
Okay, Brian,
Yeah.
how about you?
I've only ever done it once, but it was more of like, so in San Diego where I lived, they weren't allowed. And then when I
Right.
went to college, first time I ever
Humboldt?
saw the fireworks stand.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, I'm buying some. Lit it off one time, couple sparklers, but after that,
DeMarco, I'm surprised that you missed those days and that you were
Okay.
up for it because you had so much to lose if you blew your hand off.
But it happened
JPP.
in Missouri when it was like okay to do. So I
Right.
saw these fireworks stands. I'm like, I can go buy this stuff and I can light them off in the street.
Right.
Like, this is legal? Oh, yeah. Give me more.
It seems incredible. Like, I'm pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I can see myself like lighting an M80 that had a short fuse and like blowing my right foot off.
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
or blowing up a car.
Right.
Wasn't there a baseball player that threw one
Well,
into
every-
a crowd?
every year?
Yes, it's
There
nuts.
is- and or some kid that's on a full scholarship that loses the scholarship
Yes.
because he blew off his 3 right toes and he's a punter.
The giant defensive end.
JPP, Jason
JPP
Pierre-Paul,
blew his
yeah.
hand off. Yes. Are you insane?
I don't. But you say if you had fireworks stands and it was legal, you'd be in there.
Of course. I mean, not to like hold it in my hand until it blows up, but yeah, let's blow some stuff up. Absolutely.
Yeah, don't get it. Maybe I just grew up different, but
Famous last words. Hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Just did you know that it's the #1 day for emergency
No,
rooms?
I didn't know, but it makes sense though.
Right. Of course it does.
We're handling explosives is like a national pastime.
Yeah, well, I hope everybody was safe, and there are no stories like that are going to come out.
Did you have a good Fourth?
Yeah, I golfed in the morning, which was really fun.
Nice.
And then my wife is at Wimbledon. She's on a plane on her way back right
No
now. She's a
way.
tennis nut.
Yeah.
So first time she ever got to go with 2 of her girlfriends. Had a great time.
Outstanding.
Picking her up tonight, and so it was mellow, but it was fun. The one thing that's weird though is I'm at home with my son. It's me, my son, and the dog, so I kind of have the entire house to myself.
Good for you.
Yeah, which I have to admit I enjoy greatly.
Yes.
Okay.
Enjoy the silence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like the greatest thing in the world. But it was, to your point, too quiet. So you know what I did 2 days ago on July 3rd?
Cranked up Bob Seger.
I cleaned the entire house top to bottom.
Did you
Nice.
really? Look
I
at
did.
you.
Good job.
Cleaned the entire house. I mean, I said, you know what? I've been staring at this for weeks.
Yeah.
It's not going to get done. I'm just going to do it, knock it out. It took me maybe 3 hours, knock the whole
Nice.
thing out.
Why am I picturing him with an apron and gloves?
I didn't do
And a
that.
vacuum.
But
I would.
I
Christian,
probably-
listen up. Listen up,
I
baby.
probably should have.
Nice.
Okay, so here is the weird NBA draft story that I don't know how to feel about.
Okay.
All right, so the best player on Duke this year was a guy named Kyle Filipowski. He was in the green room at the draft.
Yeah.
He was projected to go in round 1. He was not taken. He dropped to day 2. I always feel bad for that guy. He's in the green room. He's waiting to get taken.
Yeah.
His friends and family
What do
around.
they call that?
Doesn't
Plummeting
get picked.
something? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it happened to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So nobody could figure out why he was dropping. But then, so after he goes undrafted in round 1, his brother and his mom start tweeting. and they tweet that he has been groomed by an older Mormon woman who has successfully cut him off from the rest of his family.
Wow.
First, the brother wrote it.
Yeah.
And then the mom piggybacked in. And when the mom wrote about it, she made it sound like it was, like bordering on illegal. That this was, so Kyle Filipowski, think about it, he's, 20 years old now. But it was, I don't know what to think of. So here's what the brother wrote. I'm Kyle's oldest brother. You all don't have to clue to the extent of the story. This is why he dropped. And what it has to do with his girlfriend. There's a story that's been pushed under the table for nearly 2 years now. That's from Dan Filipowski, his brother. Then his mom tweeted. His mom's name is Becky. Back at his brother. You are opening a 2-year issue, and she is 28 with an end game 3 years ago to have a diamond ring on her hand when Kyle left Duke. He was still in high school when she came after him.
Wow.
So guess where he went in the draft?
Where? Oh, he's in Utah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where the largest Mormon population in the country is.
Yeah, Utah picked him up. Ah, okay.
So if you knew this about this kid, good player.
Yeah.
Scores, rebounds, plays well. You got a first-round pick late. If this was out there, would it discourage you from taking him?
Well, okay, first of all, it's not the first time a family's been upset by a player's girlfriend when the guy was drafted. Remember when the mom threw the girl out of the draft picture of the video? Remember that? She threw her right out because she was like, yeah, that's... So
I think this happens in families a lot.
A lot. This is nothing new.
That a girl gets in between the family and the guy.
Always. But why? Is there something illegal? Is there a case pending? Why would this turn an NBA?
Well,
because I'm sure they've drafted guys with worse resumes.
Of course.
Yes.
And using the word groomed indicates, if you look this up, this is a thing in religion, not just Mormons, but in other religions, where you would take advantage of an underage person and you're older. In this case, she's, I think, 6 years older than he is.
Yes.
And you would use religion to convince him that you two should be together romantically.
So it's just using religion.
Yeah.
Because what's her name, Laura? Is it Drea Michelle? Drea?
That got kicked out of the draft room?
No, Drea. She's like 36, and the basketball player is 22.
The guy plays for the Rockets.
That guy,
Jalen Green. Yeah.
So I mean, it's just the fact that this case is about religion that makes it untouchable for NBA teams.
That a girl is controlling this kid. If it's true, I'm sure they interviewed him.
Yeah.
And by the way, like NBA people tried to find out, why is this guy dropping? And there was no reason. He didn't have injuries. He interviewed fine. And then his family let this secret out. And that there's some weirdness going on in this relationship.
So there's a case coming. That's what so why would this scare you off if this...
It wouldn't, me.
Oh, okay.
But would it you?
Probably not. I
always think if you can play, you can play.
Okay.
And you've been on teams with guys that have been in unique situations your whole career.
But had I known, and had they known about just what I heard about Karl Malone back in the day,
right,
I would probably not draft you. That's a whole different subject, right?
Right.
But this wouldn't sway me from drafting this kid because his girlfriend's older. That's what I'm not getting.
Yeah.
Especially if he can help me.
Right. Well, and the other thing is, apparently he doesn't talk to his family anymore, so he's chosen the girl over his family.
Yeah.
That happens all the time in life.
Yeah.
You know, where...
Did you guys watch that the TikTokers dancers thing on Netflix?
No.
Not yet, but I want to. Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically like during the pandemic that, there was a TikTok boom, right? And a lot of these dancers were like, "Oh, these are super cool." And apparently they're like in this quote unquote like religious cult that they're not allowed to talk to their family. It's like crazy.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Like it's
This is not
crazy.
unique to sports.
Is it the Mormon faith that's turning them off?
I don't think so. I think that it can happen in any religion. In this case, he happens to be Mormon. And the fact that Utah drafted him makes me think that he's now in that
I
world,
got you.
and she's with him, and he'll fit right in there.
Okay.
So I'm kind of rooting for the kid. He's 20. His parent. By the way, if my mom and my brother did that to me, I'm not sure I could forgive him.
I don't think you'd cut your family off.
But he has already.
But I don't think you would do that.
I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is a whole different subject.
But to me, okay, even if it's true,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go public with it. If you and I were brothers and you were pulling this and you left the family, I'm not sure I'm going public. I might come at you.
If I'm supposed to be a first rounder and I'm not because of this,
right,
then they would.
Okay.
Because clearly I'm blind.
Right.
So they're trying to wake me up.
Blinded by love?
Yes, or something.
Yeah, so it'll be a name to watch, but it's a weird story where both his mom and his brother kind of threw him under the bus. All right, reminder. At some point today, I'm going to lie. All right? If you get it right when I lie, you can win tickets to see Leon Edwards look to defend his welterweight title against Bilal Muhammad at UFC 304 in shared reality at Cosm Los Angeles on July 27th. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com or the Cosm mobile app. Coming up next, Laura's got stuff to throw at us. Brian's got stuff to throw at us. What's Up, Fool? Next, DeMarco and Mace, Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
What we're celebrating is the opening of the first Cosm ever.
Greatest trophy in sports.
Man, it's blown up the scale. Come on. It's the fighting it. It's like 20 out of 10, and that's maybe 100 out of 10. It's unbelievable. It's been fantastic. I think you saw the faces as they opened up. They saw the experience for the first time. Great room. Thanks to everybody who came out, including good folks at ESPN.
All right, first day spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're gonna lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Chris. Corporate Greg is off with Mason. I don't know where they're at. But anyways, all right, guys, I have 2 different questions, and I was like, ooh, which one should I go, in-depth or funny? So I'm going to go in-depth.
Okay.
So over the weekend, I was on a podcast, and I was asked, if Kobe had a son, would he have done the same thing LeBron did?
Ooh.
Kind of, I don't want to say make the team draft his son, but heavily encourage, for them to draft his son. I kind of want to know you guys' thoughts.
I don't know. That's a good question. Gigi was projected to be a really good basketball player and probably would have gone to UConn and would probably be in the WNBA. But that's a little different because she was a baller.
Yeah, the Lakers wouldn't draft her.
It's impossible, obviously, to suggest what Kobe would have done because he's gone. But I'll say this again. I have zero problem with people using their leverage, whether it be in that case or in any other case. Leverage is used all the time. Like I heard somebody the other day ripping Rich Paul. If Rich Paul wants to start repping sportscasters,
yeah,
Rich, call me. I'll give you some money.
No doubt. Yes, sir.
What you do is your job as an agent is to use everything in your ability to get me the best deal.
Yes.
And that's what he did.
And every job, and your job as a father is to give your kids the best chance in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if I can get you drafted, I will.
And by the way, if I can turn my company over to you, I will.
In a heartbeat.
If in the case of Dr. Buss, if I can hand the Lakers over to my kids, I will. I don't understand the uproar on this, Laura. I don't.
Because the guy said it. You're not talking about championships. This used to be about Lakers and championships, period. Now it's a soap opera.
But couldn't it be both? What if he develops into a good player?
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Everybody would. I think, but that's where the heat's coming. I don't think it has anything to do with Bronny. Maybe LeBron stuff.
Yeah, and by the way, anybody who says they know what Kobe would do is
don't.
lying.
Well,
right.
Okay.
We don't, but
But you can speculate.
we were speculating earlier,
Yeah.
and I personally, I never met Kobe. I don't know Kobe. Never met, nothing personal. But I personally feel like, based on who we saw him to be when he was here, I think he would have told this kid, like, go somewhere else, make your own way, let's go. Instead of,
maybe.
The singer Sting, he's going to leave nothing to his kids because he wants them to work hard.
Warren Buffett.
What I think I know about Mamba is I think he would say, go forge your own path.
Maybe.
It's going to make you better for it. Yeah, that's what I think Mamba would say.
It's so friggin' sad that he's not here because I think he would have affected the world in a lot of different ways.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
In a lot of different ways. And who knows, maybe Natalia and Vanessa and the girls will find a way to do that if that's what they want. But I miss him all the time, man. It is the saddest sports story of my lifetime.
I still can't believe it.
Losing him.
Yep.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys. So Ice Cube is bringing the Big Three, his 3-on-3 league, to Southern California next weekend. It's going to be in Anaheim, the Honda Center.
Okay.
And I was looking at, they do a thing pretty cool. They do a Young Three the day before, so it's kind of like a youth camp. You can go out there and kind of play with these guys. Yeah. And some of the leaders right now, you'll recognize some of these names in the league because they're about halfway through. Michael Beasley leading the league in scoring.
Yes.
Yeah, Reggie Evans rebounding.
Yes,
Leonardo Barbosa leading in assists. And Corey Brewer in steals.
Wait, Leandro Barbosa?
Yes.
From the Suns? Is still playing?
Still playing.
Get out of
Keep
town.
getting them checks,
The
Barbosa.
blur. Yes, sir.
That's my kind of question here is these big three, Ice Cube has done a very good job of getting all these retired players with pretty big names, in the league and to be fully bought in. If you could build a dream big three team with all retired players, because they got to be retired, who are your three that you're putting in that are winning the championship this season?
Okay.
Wow. To win a championship.
All right. So the first one, and I don't know if he's in the league or not. He may be. Is Jamal Crawford in the league?
Yeah, I was thinking that. I couldn't find him, so I don't think he is.
That dude can ball.
Yeah?
Jamal can ball. And I don't think he's ever going to lose that ability. You need a bucket, give it to Jamal Crawford. He's my number one. Number two, you guys seen Reggie Miller in the last 5 years?
Looks
like
the same.
He can still play.
It looks
I went
exactly
to
the
college
same.
with Reggie at UCLA. He has not gained a pound.
Yeah. No way.
That dude, let's let him stand at the 3-point line
Okay.
and just bomb.
So Crawford, Reggie. Okay.
And now here's the hard one because I need a big.
Yeah? Don't take mine, please.
Well, Shaq's out of shape, so we can't take him. And Dirk can hardly move.
Yeah.
Dirk Nowitzki. So I think because he's somewhat recently retired, give me Blake Griffin. So that's my
Nice.
three.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Jamal Crawford, Reggie Miller, Blake Griffin. Who's yours?
Wow. I need Rasheed Wallace.
Good one.
I need
that's a
Rasheed
good one.
Wallace. Yeah.
Just here so I don't get fined.
Absolutely. I need Rasheed to be on there. Let's see. Who else do I need? Can I get Rodman?
Sure.
You see what team I'm trying to build, right?
Good
Yeah.
choice.
Now I need somebody that can score. Let me think. Who else is out there? Is Baron Davis around anywhere?
Yeah.
B. Diddy can fill it
Yep,
up from
that's a
anywhere.
good team.
That's my squad right there. Let's
Pretty
go.
solid.
All right, Laura, you want to do one or no?
I can try. Let's see. Tim Duncan.
Good
Nice.
You know, Tim Duncan.
one. Well, you could do much worse than to just bring Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili.
I was okay. Honestly, I was
sir.
going there, but I hated them so much.
I think your team might beat my team.
I was
Why do you
like-
hate them?
because they were.
keep beating the
God.
Lakers.
Yeah, they were
Yes.
beating the Lakers.
But I was like, when you guys didn't say Tim Duncan, I'm like, Tim Duncan, guys.
Yeah,
Come
that
on.
may be one. Brian, who would you do?
I'd probably go KG. You know, give me
Oh,
that
good
big
one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very good one.
And then maybe glove, Gary Payton.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
I
that's a good
got my
one.
defensive side. And then bring back a recent scorer like Carmelo. Somebody could do it at all three.
Those are
Okay.
all
He
good
wins.
teams.
You win.
Those are all
I
very
still
good
think mine
teams.
wins.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo? All right, guys. So I've been seeing some things out there. I've been out, and when I went out to breakfast with my sister, we saw 3 guys in their like late 20s, early 30s with a mullet.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, maybe it was just that group because it was their little group. Then I went out with my friend and saw another guy. And then recently, yesterday, Christian and I saw a few other guys with mullets. Is the mullet back? And
Wait,
it's so wide.
The
All right.
fish?
So,
mullet.
Laura, here's something.
Oh, the
that-
hairdo.
The
Oh, okay.
hairdo.
Here's
Yeah.
something that will surprise you. When we were in our early 20s, Mason and I both had mullets.
No.
out of town.
Yeah, I wish I could find a picture. I think I have
I
one.
am trying to picture you with a mullet
Yeah,
right now.
I wish I had one of me because it's funnier, but I think I have one of Mace.
Do you really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll bring it in.
Would you bring it back? Would you grow out the hair and do the mullet again since it's coming back?
No.
Yeah, I don't know
No?
why it's coming
For
back.
$100?
For
For
$100
$100,
You
yes.
would.
$100.
Yes, for $100
The
bucks,
mullet.
yes.
I asked this question and I still haven't got an answer. Do you go to the barber and say, "Give me a mullet"?
No, you just let your hair grow.
And then you do it yourself?
That's
What?
it. I mean,
Yeah.
but you have to have it cut.
Yeah, and then when you go, you just have the top and the sides cut.
You tell him to leave the back alone.
Party in the back.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Business in the
no,
front.
guys,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I don't think it'll make a comeback, Laura. But I have to admit, like baseball players, there's a few baseball
Yeah,
players that have
baseball
them.
players,
Yeah.
and then they on the chat they're saying that it's back with Gen Z and baseball guys.
Yeah.
and I'm
Really?
like, but these guys are not Gen Z if you're late 20s, early 30s, right?
Yeah. Well, but younger people can pull it off. I think I'd look like an idiot if I did it now.
Retro.
By the way,
Yeah.
did you hear what Brian offered up? It's not even a bet. He
What?
just offered it up. He's a huge Chargers fan.
Yeah.
He says
Just curls.
Bolt up. Yeah.
He says that if the Raiders finish with a better record than the Chargers, he will shave that head.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Like all the way
All the
down
way-
to
he
the
has
meat.
the best hair at the station, and he says it's all
You bet the
gone.
locks on football?
Yeah.
Are you insane?
We'll
He
say.
is.
And you're not even worried, right?
Not worried at all. I did see a Pro Football Focus put out like a power ranking yesterday.
Yeah.
And they had the Raiders ahead of the Chargers.
Well, wait.
So I was a little
okay,
worried
you
there.
want to get uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ask DeMarco who he thinks is going to win the AFC West.
The Raiders.
Oh, come on.
Do you
Get
know
out of
why?
here. Why?
Did you see Antonio Pierce file for bankruptcy? $28 million bucks. They gotta win. Come on, they gotta win now. Come on.
That's fair. That's fair.
What's up, Foo?
All right, you got one more?
I
We
got
done?
one more for you guys.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we kind of said earlier it's Shohei Ohtani's 30th birthday today. Jalen Hood-Schifino, just turned 21 last week.
Okay.
And Derek Jeter turned 50 last week, too. So my question here, at what age do you kind of be like, oh, that's no longer a significant birthday? I mean, 21, 30, 50,
For-
all
for
Is
kinds of-
Ohtani 30 or like
just turned
like a
today.
real 30, not like a
Well, I mean, as far as we know, he's 30.
Like Albert Pujols, 30.
Unless they're lying about his birth certificate.
Okay,
he's 30.
just saying. Okay. What was the question?
For me, at what age did you stop caring about how old you are?
Oh,
for me,
okay.
It was 36.
36.
Once I got past 35, I'm like, I don't care
You
how
made
old
it.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't screw up my life. I'm 36. I had made it in LA by then. I'm like, okay, let's go.
That's a good age.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had the same thing at 40.
I
made it.
How old were you when you retired from the NFL?
I was 31.
Okay.
Yeah, so I made it. When I got past 40, I'm like, I have done it. I've made it. I'm good. I could care less.
Right.
You can't take this back now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think 36 is about it. How old are you now, Brian?
Just turned 30 last month. So.
Okay, so you got some more years where you got to pay attention.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you still care.
A little bit.
You still care. Okay. I heard something, though. The most precious thing in life you'll collect are birthdays. Remember that.
Oh, I like that. There you go. Thank you for that wisdom.
Okay, so a couple things. Earlier we had a caller asking about Copa America. I'm going to give the scores of the Copa America games in about 10 seconds.
Okay.
The reason I'm prefacing it is I know there are some people that tape the games and they don't want to know the results.
A lot of Ronaldo hate, by the way.
Yeah. So Spain beat Germany. All right. So Spain beat Germany 2-1.
Okay.
Spain goes on to the next round where they'll play France. France beat Portugal in penalty kicks. France made all 5 of their penalty kicks. Portugal missed one.
Wow.
So next round.
So sorry for that guy.
It's Spain against France, which is a monster matchup
Nice. Okay.
in Copa America. And then the other thing I wanted to get in before we break for the top of the hour is we were talking about grooming in that Kyle Filipowski story. And a couple of people pointed out to me, grooming doesn't always have a religion component. It can be done here. I'll read what the definition is. It's a form of sexual abuse where someone builds a relationship with a young person to manipulate, exploit, or abuse them. It can take place online or in person and can often be difficult to identify. The main difference between acceptable and grooming behaviors is the motivation behind them. So it doesn't necessarily have a religious component. Most cases I've heard of, including the one we talked about, do, but it doesn't always. So I wanted to get that out there too. All right. Coming up next, DeMarco, a question. What do you do when your favorite team, the team you have rooted for forever, trades for or signs a player that you hate?
Ooh.
It's happening to a friend of ours. We'll explain. DeMarco and Fermace, I'm John Ireland, ESPN LA.
All right, first day spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're going to lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
Sit in Ireland is on for your Friday afternoon.
I'm John Ireland. I am the Laker broadcaster.
Here we go, the day after 4th of July. Hopefully you had a beautiful 4th, celebrating America. and eating copious amounts of meat products. And you know what? Drinking your ass off. Damn right. Mason posting a lot on social media today. He's got the day off. Shocking. The 5th of July is a day off for Mace. He's headed up for some concert. Rams Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr is sitting in. Johnny I, a man committed to working. John Ireland is here as we spend it together. So whether you're off today and just listening to us, we appreciate it. Or if you're working like us, well, thanks for spending time with us. The 5th of July is on, celebrating 20 years. On ESPN LA, the Hall of Famers. Let's do it. Mason in Ireland. Your Friday afternoon right now.
All right, DeMarco Farr in today. It's DeMarco in Ireland. And 1 hour to go. We have Lie of the Day coming up at 3:30. Have I lied yet? I'm not saying.
I think I got it.
But it's coming up at 3:30, and your chance to win UFC tickets. And then Game of Games after that. It's Brian's game today. His games are always good. All right, so I mentioned this. What do you do when your team acquires a player that you hate? It has happened to a friend of ours. Mason and I love Michelle Beadle.
Yes.
Who used to work at ESPN.
Yeah.
We're big Beadle fans. And she grew up in Texas, longtime San Antonio Spurs fan, now works...
Wrestling fan, yeah.
Now works as one of their broadcasters, does about 20 games a year for the Spurs. And so I see her when we go down there all the time. And Michelle, over the years, has been very vocal about how much she does not like Chris Paul. She's not a Chris Paul fan for whatever reason. Of course, last week, Chris Paul signed with the Spurs. So what is she going to say now? As she often does, she tackled this head on, and here's Michelle on this subject.
I'm not a Chris Paul person.
No, you've made that fairly clear.
It's not my jam.
No.
I don't like his antics. There's some dirtiness there. There's a lot of flopping, whining, complaining. Things like that.
Of course.
I don't love.
Mm-hmm.
But when the thing drops last night, the Spurs are going to give him $11 million to come in. And from this perspective, fine. He's going to come in and he's going to teach, for lack of a better word, mentor, coach, guide Wemby during these very formative seasons that we're seeing right now. And it's just the 1 year. I had to sit on it for a second, Cody, because it's weird to have to now consider someone I have disliked so vehemently as a fan of basketball.
Yeah.
He's now on my team.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give my
I love that.
I'm gonna give my friend Michelle some advice.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do in this situation is line up behind him. You've got to welcome him.
Line up behind him.
You've got to welcome him. You've got to say...
What if you hate the guy, though?
But now he's doing it for you. When the Lakers got Patrick Beverley, he had been a pain in the ass to every Laker. When he was on our team, good. Now he can do it for us.
Do it for you.
But did this ever happen?
That makes you a hypocrite, though.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
But did this ever happen to you as a player? Like you either are... Like you're playing against somebody, you don't like him. Next year, he's on the Rams with you. I mean, does that ever happen in the NFL?
Once or twice, there was a guy that came over from San Fran, and I cannot remember his name. He was a special teams guy, but he was so dirty.
Right.
He was always in the gray, and he would just drive you completely bonkers. I mean, I don't want to say we had bounties on the guy or put hits on him, but we knew who we wanted to target. And then the next year, he became our teammate. And I remember the day he walked in because there were people in that room that he had stung or hit or did something dirty to. And now we're in the same room. So you're looking at that guy like I can't stand you. And then you're also looking at that teammate that said, I cannot wait to get my hands on that guy. And then you shake the guy's hand.
Right.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of weird.
But if he's pulling on the rope with you, if all the crap he's pulling is now helping you win, doesn't that cancel out all the past stuff?
See, from a football perspective, it depends on what that guy is doing. I don't condone dirty, nasty stuff that can injure people. If you're doing it while we're teammates, I'm still going to hate you. But if you're helping me win, I guess I can put it behind me a little bit more.
There are players in sports that Laura, is there a player that you dislike so much that if the Dodgers, the Rams, or the Lakers picked him up, you wouldn't root for those teams?
No, I think I was just telling Brian. So there's a player. I didn't dislike him. It was just more of the team that he came from. So before people come at me, Rondo, right? He was a Celtic, came to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
And I went from to like indifference. It wasn't, I didn't hate him. I was like, okay, you helped us win.
Can I tell you something? Great guy.
Yeah, and I've heard that. The other one, the one guy that I think I've never met him, I don't know why he irked me, was Mike Bibby. Like, if he
Mike Bibby?
I don't know why. I didn't like him. Like, growing up, I just could not stand him.
One of the nicest guys on the planet.
And I was like, if you ever became a Laker, I will not support you. I don't know why.
You brought up somebody earlier that that I have always said if he ever came to the Lakers, I was out.
Who?
And then I met him. Michael knows him. And he's like one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, Rasheed Wallace.
Really?
Yeah. Rasheed Wallace one year got 43 technicals.
Oh, yeah.
And the next closest person to him had 8.
That's
okay.
They had it out for him, though. Come on. Yeah,
and but then, so one day, Michael is, we're somewhere, and we're calling a game, and we're sitting courtside, and Sheed walks up, and Michael introduced me to him. Michael knew him from Portland. They both lived in Portland at the same time, and could not have been nicer.
Really?
Yeah, and he just, when he plays with an edge. Well, the weirdest story ever with that, I've told this a bunch on the air, so if Mason were here, he would say same old story. But
not the same
story. That's what he would say. One time, and I'm not exaggerating any of this, okay? One time, Michael and I are sitting courtside in San Antonio, and I got my head down. I'm looking at my notes. Michael's sitting there, and this giant hand reaches across the scorer's table, and Michael shakes it, and he goes, "Hey, Kawhi, how are you, man? Great to see you." And Kawhi nods. He goes, "How's your family?" Kawhi nods again. He goes, "You know Ireland?" I go, "Hey, Kawhi, big fan." Kawhi shakes my hands.
All right.
Michael goes, "Kawhi, I'm proud of you. Keep it up." Kawhi nods and then leaves. We had a whole exchange, 2 of us, with Kawhi Leonard, and he did not say a word.
Not a word.
Not one thing.
That's funny. Oh, my God.
Which is, like, people that know Kawhi go, yeah, that
sounds about
like
right.
him.
Yeah.
But that's his
quiet guys.
That's his vibe. That's what he does.
See, that doesn't change. I've had it from a different perspective, now that I think about it. What retired me from football, I was in the locker room with Terrell Owens. And I'm like, I can't do this.
He just rubbed you the wrong way for whatever reason?
I just can't do this. Yeah, I just can't. And I went and told him, I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this.
That's so funny. I had one exchange with T.O.
Yeah.
We were chasing the same girl.
Yeah, no way.
Way back in the... By the way, he got her.
He won?
Yeah. But he could not have been nicer.
Great guy.
Yeah.
But it was just like how the locker room treated him. I'm like, no,
like
I'm
done.
Had
3 lockers.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well, they say that's the weird thing about. Do you have any type of relationship with Aaron Rodgers?
A little bit.
Like everybody outside of the locker room says Aaron Rodgers is a freak. He's weird. If you talk to guys that play with him, they all seem to like him.
Love the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the guy.
So
some people told me they know he knows what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think if you get to like, there's been a handful of guys like this happened with Melo. When I was never a big Melo fan, I had heard a bunch of stories that he was a ball hog and that he didn't care about his teammates and so blah blah blah. So he comes to the Lakers, and I watch him with the other teams, and I watch him around his son, and I was totally wrong about
Crazy.
it.
I know.
Yeah, I mean he was a really good dude.
I got Garoppolo here now.
Right, and
Garoppolo was the enemy for years, and now he's here. I'm still trying to reconcile that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a tip about Garoppolo.
Yeah.
I know you're married now, but if we were all younger, what I tried to do with T.O., don't try and do that with Garoppolo. Go after the same girl.
John, I didn't know.
Lose.
I didn't know. I did not know this dude was like a heartthrob.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea. Yes.
Even Lisa. Garoppolo doesn't do it for you?
No.
Really?
No.
Like Lisa, like. One time I had Sunday Night Football on, and Lisa goes, "Who is that?" And I went, "That's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a quarterback for the Niners." He goes, "He's very handsome."
Really? Wow.
And I'm like, "Really?"
No clue.
Yeah.
No idea. Yeah.
She thinks he's better looking than Tom Brady.
Really?
Yeah.
Also doesn't move my needle.
Tom Brady doesn't?
Brady doesn't?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I'm weird.
We got to talk. Yeah.
That is odd. All right. Coming up, Steve Ballmer has moved up on a list that you want to move up on. And there is a debate going on in baseball that I want to throw at DeMarco about something a player didn't do. We'll get into that next. Mason and Ireland. DeMarco and for Mace, ESPN LA.
710 ESPN. Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shidano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
What we're celebrating is the opening of the first cosm ever.
Greatest trophy in sports.
Man, it's blown up the scale. Come on. It's the fighting it. It's like 20 out of 10, and that's maybe 100 out of 10. It's unbelievable. It's been fantastic. I think you saw the faces as they opened up. They saw the experience for the first time. Great room. Thanks to everybody who came out, including good folks at ESPN.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
All right, today it's DeMarco in Ireland. DeMarco Farr, nice enough to sit in for Mace. Yeah. And we had Live of the Day coming up in about 15 minutes and then Game of Games after that. But I read this.
Do you dislike Chris Paul?
Is
he really dirty?
I don't. He is dirty, but I don't dislike him. I think professional athletes, I would include you in this, are always doing whatever they can to get an edge. And Chris Paul's, he wins.
That's not dirty to me. That's just trying to get an edge. Dirty means you're trying to hurt someone.
Well, what he'll do is he'll hold, grab, do anything he can to get an edge and see if the ref calls it.
Okay, that's not dirty. That's just cagey. Okay, I got you. But go ahead.
Okay, so Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, has now passed Bill Gates and is listed as the 6th richest person in the world.
In the world?
Yeah, he's got over $160 billion.
Number 6.
So, Laura Romo, if you had Steve Ballmer's money.
Ooh, y'all never see me.
What's the first thing you would buy? Big purchase.
What do you mean they'd never see you?
No, man.
I'm with her.
Yeah.
You'd never see me.
You would never stop seeing me.
Disappearing. Wait. I would probably buy, the first purchase wouldn't even be for me. It would be for my parents, and it would be whatever they wanted.
Oh, that's very nice. Brian, you got Steve Ballmer's money. What's the first thing you're buying?
Besides like a sports team, off the top of my head right now, like a super yacht.
Nice.
Like something I could live on.
Like Jeff Bezos. Yeah,
nice.
That's good. You know what I'd buy? I was trying to talk to Marco into it earlier. I would buy the Sphere.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one, too.
It would cost me billions, but I would buy it because it's the coolest place I've ever seen a concert. If you had $160 billion, what would you do?
Oh, I'd buy the Lakers.
you want
buy the Lakers and fire everybody.
You want to hear an interesting story about that? So one of my 1,900 jobs over the years has been, a friend of mine was the editor at LA Times Magazine. And she said, did you ever do any writing in your life? I said, well, yeah, I when I was in college, I wrote for the UCLA paper, and I was a sports editor. I go, yeah, I can write. And she goes, I need somebody to do feature stories for LA Times Magazine. And one of the feature stories I want to do is, I'm interested in what's going to happen to the Lakers after Jerry Buss passes away.
Wow.
And Jerry was still alive. He said, do you think they would talk to you about that? I said, I know all of them. I think they would. So I went and interviewed Dr. Buss, and then I went and did all 6 Buss kids and did a feature article on the Buss family for LA Times Magazine. And Jerry told me an interesting story. He said, I said, what'd you buy the Lakers for? He goes, well, I bought the Lakers, the Kings, and the Forum for around $70 million. I said, and now you can sell it for billions. I go, so why not sell it? He goes, interesting you should say that. He goes, I was going through this exercise with my family. I said, is it we that love the Lakers, or is it me that loves the Lakers? Because if it's just me, you guys should sell.
Yeah.
You could all get $1 billion each.
Yes.
Out of this. And they all said, no, we can't imagine not owning the Lakers. We want to continue that, keeping it in our family.
Oh, heartfelt. Yeah.
And Jerry said, well, let's do an exercise. Let's say I decide to sell them before I die.
Okay.
And I get $6 billion. Okay. What would you do with $6 billion? And each kid came up with an answer. He goes, you know what I'd do? Because I'd try and buy the Lakers.
Right, no doubt. Yes, okay.
And he goes, and I probably couldn't get them because I just sold them for that. You just
sold them,
and,
right.
The minute you sell it, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
So that's the essence of a sports owner, is that they own it because it's, it's in their blood. They want to do it. And the reason they don't sell is because they know they can't get it back.
Yeah.
But I found the Celtics owner just put his share up for sale.
I heard this. They paid everybody and then put the team up for sale.
Right, and he's going to laugh all the way to the bank. And I think his attitude is, I got the Celtics back to the top of the mountain. We won a title, and now I'm going to cash out and do other things with my life. More power to him.
Smart man.
But I don't think the buses will sell, because I think that it's maybe 20 years from now, but I think now, where all the kids are adults and they're running the team, I think they want the team, because if you gave them all that money, that's what they would sell.
You guys would really, if you're a billionaire, 6 in the world, you would hide? Oh my God!
I'd be. You'd never.
I'd have a Batman projection with my face. Yeah.
All right. Let me run this story by you.
Okay.
The White Sox have an outfielder named Luis Robert. He's a center fielder. He's good player. He's catching some heat, because with the game tied on Tuesday night and 2 outs in the 9th inning, the potential winning run was on third, and the Guardians hit a fly ball to him in center field. It was pretty deep. It was probably deep enough to score the runner, but we'll never know, because Robert didn't even try and throw it home.
Wow.
He caught it and just let the run score, and the game was over.
I saw this. Yeah.
Does he deserve to be criticized for that, or am I making something out of nothing?
No.
It would have been, I would say to Marco, he had less than a 2% chance of throwing this dude out.
Who cares? You still have to make the effort. you still have to make the effort to throw home.
So if you're on kick return,
same as football,
and it's 42-0, you're going 100 miles an hour all the time.
I got screamed at in the Rose Bowl by my defensive line coach. Tyrone Wheatley had broken his third long run for touchdown. He's a good 40 yards from me. I'm not catching the guy.
Right.
So I turned and broke towards the sideline because I'm not on field goal block.
Right.
My coach screamed at me
block, yeah.
to high heaven, pursue the football. And I
even though you couldn't have caught him.
And I said, why? He's gone.
Wait, so was your coach right or were you right?
He was right.
Why?
Because it sets a bad example. We pursue to the football no matter what.
Huh.
That's how we coach it. That's how we play.
I didn't think of it that way.
If there's a play to be made, you at least give it a shot, throw it home. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was dead wrong. I think I lost my captaincy for saying that. I was dead wrong in saying that. He was right.
So this guy, he owed it to his teammates and to the culture to throw it home.
Correct.
Even if he had zero chance of getting
This is what we do. We play hard. We play a hard 9 in baseball. No matter what, I'm still going to give it a ride. Who knows? The guy could fall down. Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, it's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like I used to get on, the Angels had a really good outfielder, all-star outfielder named Garrett Anderson.
I remember this guy. Yeah.
And he wouldn't run, he wouldn't sprint after he would ground out. He would hit a ground ball at first base and he would kind of jog down the line.
Yeah.
And everybody would say, no, that's just the way he runs. No, I mean, it was clear that
he's dogging it. Yeah.
And, well, I don't know if he was doing it intentionally. I think he was maybe pacing himself because, he knew that he had to go back out in the outfield.
Yeah.
But it was a bad look for him, and it followed him throughout his career. Even if it was just the way he ran, he looked like he was jogging. And just the fact that he looked like he was jogging, even on like ground ball right back to the pitcher, throws it to first, he would, jog down the line and like he didn't really.
Yeah.
And people hammered him for it.
At least give me something.
Yeah.
Just don't stand there and it's an out.
I was watching, there's a documentary on, I can't remember if it's on Netflix or Hulu. It's really good. On Reggie Jackson.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
And Reggie Jackson was playing right field for the Yankees once, and a guy hit a ball over the second baseman's head, and Reggie started to come for it, but then realized, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah.
And he didn't want the ball to race by him, so he stopped. And the ball bounced, and he caught it in his glove and threw it in. And Billy Martin, the manager, was so mad at him that he replaced him on the spot. He took a guy out of the dugout and said, "Go play right field."
Oh yeah.
And Reggie's like, "What? What happened?" And he came in, and they had to be separated.
This was the fight.
Yeah, they had to put police in the dugout because they were afraid these two were going to beat the crap out of each other.
I miss those days.
Right. Yeah. But I don't think a manager would necessarily do that today, replace them on the spot. But I've seen managers take guys out at the end of an inning for stuff like that.
Of course. Yeah. Look, that's not how we play the game. You fire it in there and see what happens. Yeah. You don't make that choice.
Laura just looked it up, and she says she thinks it's Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Prime TV.
By the way, the Reggie Jackson documentary is
so good.
So good.
So good.
It is. But the thing I love about Reggie is...
he was the scariest man on the planet to me.
Right. And he played angry, and so, I mean, he always looked like he was 100 miles an hour.
No doubt.
Despite the story I just told, he always looked like he was swinging harder and running hard. He'd run through guys if you tried to block the plate. And the thing I like the most about him is he didn't care what you thought of his opinion. He'd give it to you.
At all.
Right.
Did you hear his most recent soundbite?
Yeah, which was great.
At all, yes.
Yeah, he would, if you asked him his opinion on something, and you're right, this thing, when they all went back to Birmingham for the minor league game.
Gave it to you, raw.
Kevin Burkhardt, who was anchoring the Fox coverage, said, "Reggie, what's it like to be back here?" And Reggie went for 5 minutes on. He wouldn't wish it on his worst enemy.
Gave it to you raw.
They're all racist down there.
Yes.
And he goes, and if it wasn't for white teammates that would bring him food to the bus, he wouldn't have been able to eat. He couldn't stay there. It was the most racist place he ever played. He goes, "It's very painful for me to be back here right now." And I went, "We need more people like that are
no doubt
that are honest."
My stepdad sent me to go get Reggie's autograph
because he didn't want him to get mad.
And I still got my head bitten off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about scary, right?
Right. All right. At some point throughout the course of this show, I have told a lie I think it's pretty easy to figure out, but maybe not. 877-710-ESPN. Right now, if you know what I lied about, call in and you can win tickets to be part of the action as Leon Edwards looks to defend the welterweight title against Bilal Muhammad at UFC 304 in shared reality at Cosm, Los Angeles on July 27th. If you don't win, limited tickets are available through Cosm.com. That's COSM.com or the Cosm mobile app. Lie of the day coming next. DeMarco Informace, ESPN LA.
Covina Sportsplex, don't miss your chance to press the flesh with us and root on your favorite 710 personality during the summer tradition, unlike any other All-Star Friday night next Friday. Live broadcast and event begins at noon. The festivities for the game get underway at 6 p.m. All-Star Friday night made possible by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet. See what all the fun is about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
All right, first day spring training for Michael Funches. Team Sliwa is taking down Team Mason. In Ireland, you're going to lose $100,000 mythical money. Because look at this machine. He's ready. They ain't ready for you, Funch. They ain't ready for you. They ain't ready for you, Funch. That's right, Funch. All right, we figured out where Funch can go. He can catch. I'm gonna put you at second base. Go play second base right now. It's over here. It's there. Oh no.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA Sports Talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shidano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA Sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th. Download it. Sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, today it's DeMarco Farr in Ireland, and it's time for Lie of the Day. If you correctly identify today's lie, you could be part of the action as Leon Edwards looks to defend his welterweight title against Bilal Muhammad at UFC 304 at the Cosm. You can watch it at the Cosm in LA on July 27th. You can get tickets at cosm.com, cosm.com, or the Cosm mobile app. Laura, you think you know what I lied about?
I honestly think I do, and
I think it's easy. Yeah. Brian, you think you know?
I think I got it. Yeah.
I think you need to. You
no,
think,
no clue.
Nothing.
No clue.
All right. So let's see. I think this is. If the first two people don't get it, I'll be surprised. David in LA. Hi, David. You are on ESPN LA. What did I lie about?
All right. I think you lied about writing that article about the Laker owners.
Good guess. I absolutely did write an article about the Lakers owner, and you can get it on. You can, if you dig around online, you can find it.
Wow!
But I did write an article where I interviewed
all the
Johnny,
Buss family,
Jeannie. I interviewed Janie, Joey, and Jesse, all of them, and talking about Dr. Buss, and it was really fun. Carlos in LA. Carlos, what did I lie about? Carlos, you there?
Carlos.
Must be the Garoppolo.
His phone dropped.
The Garoppolo story.
That opens the door.
It was the Garoppolo story.
For Ruben in Baldwin Park. Hi, Ruben.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Ruben, what did I lie about?
I think you lied about. I think I heard you say you and Mason had mullets or something like that.
Yeah, good guess, but no, we both had mullets when we were younger.
I totally believed you. Okay.
Yeah,
me too.
All right, so Brian, punch up line 4 for me. Troy in Norwalk. Hey, Troy, what did I lie about?
I think you lied about cleaning your house in 3.5 hours.
You are absolutely correct.
Wow.
I got it. You're a clean freak.
I ain't cleaning my house. I got people for that. I didn't clean anything.
Wait, you won't clean your house? Or you just won't clean it for 3.5 hours?
No, 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
I'm a neat freak. But
Okay.
Exactly.
I completely made that story up about cleaning my house.
Oh my gosh, that's
Troy,
funny.
good on you, man. Hang on the line, and Laura's going to get your info, okay?
Is that what you guessed, Laura?
Yeah, she had it.
How did you
Brian,
guess
is that?
What
you thought?
I thought it was the T.O. story.
The
whole
T.O.
time.
Yeah, he thought it was
Okay, chasing the same girl.
No, that's what most people thought. And by the way, that'll show you. You talk about a person with irrational confidence.
Yeah.
John Ireland, nice to meet you.
Wow.
And I thought I could take a girl from T.O. He didn't have her yet either.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Did you know T.O. was in the mix?
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
I was at a party.
Yeah.
I was kind of hitting it off with her.
Okay.
This girl had appeared on ESPN. Had a game show that was like The Amazing Race, but it wasn't The Amazing Race.
Okay.
It was like, long time ago.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years ago. And this girl was one of the contestants on it. She used to be a Raiders cheerleader.
Oh, no way. Okay.
And so I'm hitting it off with her. It's going well. I think I'm moving in the right direction. And about an hour into the party, T.O. walks in.
Oh, boy.
Game over.
As soon as he walked in. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Had
okay.
no shot. All right.
Wow.
Hey, Laura found this story, and I wanted to ask you about it before we got to Game of Games. There is a kid. His name is Jacob Carter. Okay?
Yeah.
He's 12. All right? He is 6'6".
What?
275 pounds. He plays on a youth team coached by Rajon Rondo. But it got me to think about you.
6'6",
Do
270?
you remember when you were 12, roughly what your vitals were?
Of course.
What were you? How tall were you?
5'7". I think I was 5'7", 5'8". I think I was close to 115 pounds. Because I had to make weight for Pop Warner football.
Okay, and so when did you get big enough to be like a lineman and to play, not until you got into high school?
I left high school at 235. I left college at 276.
I was going to say, you didn't play at UW at 235.
No, I left college at 276.
Now, here's the interesting thing about that.
Yeah.
When I was at UCLA, I lived with two football players. They were both offensive linemen on the football team. one of them was 265 and the other was 275.
Yeah.
I talked to one of them about a year ago. He goes, not only could I not play, this was a guy who was at 275. Not only could I not play today at UCLA at 275, no one in major college football or NFL is under 300 pounds. Is that right?
No. See the guy behind me?
Yeah.
He barely weighs 260.
Oh, Aaron Donald.
Yes.
But what about offensive linemen is what these
all
guys
huge.
were.
Yeah, they're all huge.
Is it true you got to be 300 plus to be on a starting offensive lineman?
If you're under 300, you're considered undersized.
Really?
Yeah, if you're under 300, that's a small lineman.
And the interesting thing about these guys is both of them, as soon as they stopped playing football, they both played around. They got invited to NFL training camps, didn't make it.
Yeah.
Immediately dropped 100 pounds.
They dropped weight.
Yeah.
Okay, really?
Yeah, a lot of them go the other way. I know.
Oh my God, yeah.
Are you lighter or heavier than when you played now?
I'm about even now.
Okay, you're like Michael.
I had to fight my way back to even. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this kid, you said 12 and he's 6'6".
Okay, so yeah, here's
270.
All right.
No.
All right. Carter is massive for his age, and he's young for his age group. He won't turn 13 until September. So his parents had the option to hold him back, but they didn't.
Parents from America?
And here's the thing, DeMarco.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player. He's not a football player. He was born in Delaware. His family moved to Eastern Kentucky in They live in Louisville. He plays for a travel basketball team in a place called Kentuckiana. Rondo Elite, founded by Rajon Rondo. And this guy's on the team. So
that's a 7-footer. Yeah.
He's the most dominant player on the roster and has towered over his teammates. So here's a picture of him standing next to the point guard.
Oh,
and
man.
He's a white kid.
Yeah.
And he is 6'6".
That's funny. That's not what I pictured.
275. Me either.
Wow.
I thought it was like a young DeMarco.
That's not what I pictured.
Yeah,
Wow.
and not at all.
Did you see the Chinese national team player, the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
That's a big girl.
Yeah, that is a big girl.
And she doesn't even jump.
Right. Wow.
She don't need to.
No. Turn around and throw it in there. Yeah.
Imagine getting whooped by him.
No. Good Lord. Wow.
Yeah, well, here's another picture of him. Look how big he is.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, he is gigantic.
He's a big boy.
He's going to be 7 feet tall, right? That's
would
what they
think.
look like, the 7-footers.
How old were you when you stopped growing?
I think I was like 25.
This kid eats 250 grams of protein, 79 grams of fat, and 286 grams of carbohydrates each day to fuel his body by staying in the gym. All right, so Jacob Carter, remember that name. All right, coming up next, Game of Games. It's Brian Cohen's game. Laura, we got somebody who can play with us?
I'm working on it.
Okay, so Laura, DeMarco, and I are playing for sure. We'll probably round up DeAndre or somebody and get him in here. Game of Games next. DeMarco and Fermace, ESPN LA.
It was a...
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Shidano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
What we're celebrating is the opening of the first Cosm ever.
The greatest trophy in sports.
Man, it's blown up the scale. Come on. It's the fighting it. It's like 20 out of 10, and that's maybe humble, maybe 100 out of 10. It's unbelievable. It's been fantastic. I think you saw the faces as they opened up. They saw the experience for the first time. Great room. Thanks to everybody who came out, including good folks at ESPN.
Hey, it's Travis, and the great folks at Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC are giving you the chance to once again nominate an all-star student from your community. So if you're a parent, friend, teacher, coach, or anyone else who knows an all-star in the classroom, the community, and the field, nominate your student at ESPNLA.com and they could win $500. 5 students will be chosen and invited to All-Star Friday night to meet the 710 family and a chance to join the play-by-play team. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC. Come see what all the fun's about.
Games on the number one sports radio show in L.A., Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com. Call Jacob. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle. Call Jacob. Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today because it's a holiday adjacent. Mason not only takes off every holiday, but
funny.
He takes off holiday adjacent.
Smart.
DeAndre Hawkins from the afternoon show has made his way into the studio. What's up, D?
What's going on, guys?
Lil D.
And
oh wow, that's not a good nickname, bro.
Lil D.
No.
No.
When I'm here, he's Lil D.
That's Big D. That's what Cap says.
He's about the only one who would make you be little. All right, it is Game of Games time. Brian Cohen's game. Brian's games are always good. What do we got today, Brian?
All right, as we said earlier, Ohtani's 30th birthday today, so a game all about Ohtani.
Okay, good.
All right. Multiple choice. Everything here, multiple choice. Number one. According to AI, now this is an AI article.
Right.
What is Ohtani's spirit animal? A wolf, a lion, or an eagle?
Laura.
Ooh, a wolf, a lion, or an eagle? Let's go with an eagle.
DeMarco.
I'll go lion.
I'm going to go wolf. DeAndre, break the tie.
I'm going to go wolf as well.
It is wolf.
Okay.
They described it, Ohtani, a master of duality. Like
Duality.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, number 2 here. What is Ohtani's listed nickname on his baseball reference page? Is it A, The Big Show, B, The Greatest Show on Earth, or C, Showtime?
DeMarco.
Greatest show on Earth. Yeah.
What was the first one?
The Big Show.
That's a wrestling nickname. What was the third one?
Showtime.
I'll do Showtime. DeAndre.
Showtime.
Laura.
Showtime.
It is Showtime.
Hey, God, I'm over
That
two.
one was easy.
Hey, speak for yourself.
Oh, it might be the far.
All right, go ahead, Brian.
Ohtani debuted at DH March 29, 2018. Batted in the 8th spot in the order, if you can believe that.
Wow.
What did Ohtani do at the plate in his MLB debut? 0 for 5, 3 Ks, 1 for 5 with a single, 3 for 5 with a triple.
I'm going to go 3 for 5 with a triple. DeAndre.
I'm going to go 1 for 5.
Laura.
3 for 5.
What was the first one?
0 for 5, 3 Ks.
I'm going with that one.
DeAndre got this one. 1 for 5 with a single.
DeAndre has the lead. DeMarco is bupkis.
Done.
So far.
Go for the far, DeMarco. Go for the far.
Come on.
All right, here we go. Number 4. Ohtani debuted on the mound 3 days later, April 1st, 2018. How did that outing turn out? Did he go 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, and a win? 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, and a loss? Or 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, and a win?
DeAndre.
What was the first one?
6 innings, 6 Ks, and a win.
Let's go with that one.
What was B?
5 innings, 8 Ks, and a loss.
I'll go that one. Laura.
I'm going to go the one with DeAndre.
Okay, DeMarco.
I'll do C.
3 innings, 4 Ks, and a win. It is the first one. 6
Yes.
innings, 6 strikeouts, and a win.
DeAndre's running away. By the way, DeMarco, if you pitch 3 innings, you can't get a win.
Come on.
I thought I'd get somebody. Go.
Yeah.
Hey, got DeMarco.
All right, here we go. Number 5. How many complete game shutouts does Ohtani have in his 5 seasons in the MLB pitching? Complete game shutouts. 0, 1, or 2.
Laura.
Oh, man. I feel like I'm going to get heat for this, but 0.
DeMarco.
Got to be 0.
I'm going to go 1. DeAndre.
I'm gonna go 0.
John, this one's you. It is 1.
1.
Nice.
Yes.
Who? Against 2.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
All right, so here's the score.
I didn't go that deep.
Oh, okay.
DeAndre 4, John 3, Laura 2, DeMarco.
Settle.
Over. What are we calling
The Romo?
The
So
Romo.
we got to call the
All right,
far.
if you get them all wrong, we change it to the
far.
Oh, no. Okay, let me. Hold on. Okay, hold
Lock
on.
it in. Come on.
Let me lock in.
All right, here we go.
All right, number 6. How many home runs did Ohtani hit in the Japanese league?
Oh.
111, 82, or 48?
DeMarco.
Oh, I got to get this one. I'll go with the first one.
111.
111. Yeah.
I'm going to go. What was the second one?
82 or then 48.
Come on, B, I need this.
I'm going 82. DeAndre.
I'm going 82 as well.
Laura.
I was going to go 111 until you went there, so I'm going 82.
Nobody got this. Only 48.
Oh, wow.
Did he only play 1
Really?
year or something?
He played 5, but yeah, not
Just
too
didn't
many.
hit a lot of home runs.
Still
Wow.
home runs there.
Still bad for
All
me,
right, DeMarco's 0 for 6.
You should just go for the far, DeMarco. Just
How
go
about
for
Brian?
the far.
How many are there?
I got 4 left.
Okay.
Come on. I got to get one. Come on.
No, I want you to get them all wrong.
All right,
here
number
we
7
go.
here. What stat does Ohtani currently not lead the National League in? So which one is he not currently leading? Home runs, runs, slugging, or hits? He leads the National League in 3 of these 4 categories.
Okay. Home runs, slugging,
runs, and hits.
I'm going to say runs. DeAndre.
I'm gonna go with slugging.
Laura.
I'm also going to go slugging.
DeMarco.
Runs. It's got to be runs.
Nobody again. It's hits.
Oh, man.
Leads in home runs, runs, and slugging. Second
Wow.
in hits.
This
currently.
game is
DeMarco's
culturally
0 for
biased.
7.
This game is culturally biased.
I can say it's about a Japanese dude.
Bro, DeAndre's leading, I think. Like,
Yeah,
you
no,
can't
DeAndre
stay.
has
Come
4.
on. All right.
Yeah.
I got to get one.
What happened to his culture?
Exactly. What are you talking about?
Sell out.
This is number 7 or number 8?
Number 8.
Okay.
3 left here.
Oh, now I'm pulling for DeMarco to miss them all.
Come
Me
on.
too.
All right.
Ohtani's high school coach made them all play different sports in preparation for their full training. His coach said that Ohtani could be an Olympic athlete in which of these sports? Swimming, basketball, or tennis?
Oh.
DeAndre.
I'm gonna go with. Let's go with swimming.
Laura.
Because of his height, I'm going to go basketball.
DeMarco.
Oh, please let it be swimming.
I think it is swimming.
You're
I'm
looking
going
away.
swimming.
It is swimming.
Dang!
Hey.
I'm so mad.
Oh, my God.
Still a Romo.
Damn it!
Could have been the Japanese Michael Phelps.
All right. DeAndre 5, John 4. There are only 2 left. We'll let everybody play because we only have 4 players. Go ahead, Brian.
Both of Ohtani's parents played sports. His dad's semi-professional, and his mom was an accomplished national player in Japan. What sports did they play? Dad first, mom second.
Okay.
Tennis and basketball, baseball and tennis, baseball and badminton.
DeAndre.
Let's go with baseball and badminton.
That's also where I want to
Yeah.
go because badminton's too weird. So I'll go baseball and badminton. DeMarco.
Baseball and badminton.
Laura?
That's where my brain went.
Okay, we're all going on the same one.
Y'all got it right.
Yeah, okay, I think I heard that. Yeah, okay.
So this is for the win for DeAndre.
All right.
I'm on,
He's
D.
got 6, I've got 5, and DeAndre has to go first. What's the question, Brian?
In a 2023 clip, Ohtani was asked what his favorite American food is. He said what? Shake Shack, In-N-Out, or Popeyes?
D?
I'm going with Shake Shack.
I'm trying to think. He gets off late at night, so I'm going to go In-N-Out. DeMarco.
I'll go Shake Shack.
Laura.
I think it is Shake Shack.
Okay, Brian?
John, to see you In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I actually knew that, and I was hoping that because I'm already out.
Yeah, so now Laura and DeMarco are out.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a tiebreaker between me and DeAndre to decide it. All right.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here you go. There you go.
Thank you. Here you go.
Here, take that.
No, he's got it.
You got it?
Okay,
All right,
we're
thanks.
good, Brian. Go
All
ahead.
All right. When you combine all of Ohtani's professional stats, both Japan and MLB, how many pitching strikeouts does he have in his career? Total number of strikeouts and Ohtani's full professional career.
Okay.
Closest to the number. You can go over.
Okay. You got a number, D?
I'm going with 1,500.
I went with 822.
Oh, this one's DeAndre. 1,269.
Nice.
Runs the table.
Mic drop.
Get it, little D. Get it, little D.
Wow.
Well done, sir. And wait, so you got a question all about a baseball player and you tell me you can't play baseball?
I know I cannot.
What do you mean you can't play baseball?
I drafted him like 4th, and he can't play.
What do you mean you can't play baseball?
Look, I will be able to hit the ball, but when it comes to fielding, no thank you.
Well, we'll just put you at catcher.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do
Yeah.
that. You know, be my catcher.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, and we can figure that out.
You can't catch?
What?
Can you catch a football?
Yeah.
What sports
just
did
can't
you
catch
play
baseball?
growing up?
Only basketball.
Okay.
Only hoop. Okay.
Baseball, I did like T-ball and stuff like that, but I didn't take it serious.
Like if you had a glove and I threw it at you, you couldn't protect yourself?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's not going to make any diving
Going
out
side to
through
side.
sections.
Okay, I got you.
All right,
Okay.
so before we go to the super stager, now that Cody Lou has moved to Bristol, is it the end of the blueprint?
Let me tell you something. The blueprint has been dead.
This was
As far as the group,
Okay.
we're still the blueprint.
Yeah.
But when it comes to our podcast,
This
it's
podcast, DeMarco, was more hyped than any original content out of this building ever. And we all embraced it, and it was DeAndre, Parker, and Cody. And all it was DeAndre coming on the air and going, "We got a lot of great stuff for you," and then not having any great stuff.
You know, I did a great job at selling it.
You
but
did. You were good at. You're good at teases.
Selling the sizzle,
Typical guy.
no steak.
Typical guy. You
Hey,
sold it, didn't
congratulations.
deliver.
Good job, D. All right, Brian.
That's right. That's right.
Hit the super stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger.
Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
It is time for Super Crosstalk, and we welcome to the show George Sedano and Beto Duran pinch hitting for Cappy today. Hi, boys.
baby.
John, I was listening to you guys earlier talking about the age you basically stopped giving bleeps, right? Like that.
I said
you
30.
didn't
I said 36. What was it for you?
So, like DeMarco, we're all in the same range. 40, like DeMarco, because 40 coincided with two things. Okay, One, the most important one. The second child, which made me realize, well, if I got to have 2 kids, I got to be a grown person now.
Right.
And then the other thing was I could no longer play pickup games at LA Fitness because I was too old.
Yeah, you know, George, that was one of the worst days of my life. So I used to play pickup basketball 4 days a week at Sports Club LA in
You were chucker.
in West LA.
You were chucking them.
I fake to the open man and shoot was my motto. And so then I started getting sore. I said, now I got to start stretching. So I cut it to 3 days a week. Then I went to 2. And when I started getting sore after only playing on Tuesdays, I said, I'm out.
Yep.
And
Didn't you used to play downtown
golf? Yeah. No, a Tuesday night game. Did you ever come playing it?
No, but I heard about that.
Trudell came playing it. You know who's a good player is Chris on Rich Eisen's show. He used to come and play with us.
Oh, yeah?
McMenamin would come and play with us.
Oh, wow.
McMenamin's a good player.
Well,
those
he's a
guys,
shooter, yeah.
Syracuse. Those guys are all Syracuse guys.
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Brockman.
Brockman, that's what I'm thinking of.
Is a Syracuse guy. That's where Dave and him met playing pickup. He's a good player.
Yeah, but the report on you was do not pass it because it's not coming back.
It's not coming back.
Yeah. Not only was that accurate, and sometimes I would bring the ball up. And not pass.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I'm guilty as charged.
Be on your team.
On all,
but don't feel bad at all.
On all
because he was
those
making
things.
most of them.
By the way,
I could shoot back when I was younger. I can't anymore.
Legendary stories from the people who were back in these days, but in Bristol, when they used to do those pickup basketball games, I'm talking about 25 years ago. Tim Kirchin, they would say, was amazing.
I played in one of them. Somebody told me, Freddie Coleman told me one time, hey, bring your basketball gear. There's a gym on campus. You could go play in it. And they were all like me. Like nobody passed. Yeah. Like everybody who had the ball just chucked it up. But it was fun.
I've heard that.
Those are outdoor games.
Tim
Kirchin
was a baller.
Short.
He's like 5'3", 5'4", maybe. But and also, Kirchin, George, is the guy who would coach the kids in the community. His teams, always first place.
Mr. Fundamentals.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean now he's in his mid 60s or whatever. But I'm talking about like 25 years ago, 30 years ago. There are legendary stories, DeMarco, of Tim Kirchin being a straight up baller for the non-athletes.
Never see it coming. See, so you get
So,
hustled.
Beto and George, I brought this up with DeMarco earlier. It seemed to me like, and Beto, you've been at a lot of these games. I don't think the Dodgers scare the Diamondbacks at all.
Oh no, we went the other on Wednesday. I took DeAndre, and DeAndre's second baseball game ever.
Right.
We missed out on the bobblehead. We had a great time, and then we look up and like, whoa, they're losing. And I'm like, 8th inning. I'm like, let's get out of here. You'll beat the traffic. Teach DeAndre the right way to be in LA.
Right.
And as we get in the car, here's Steven Nelson.
Was that the night they came back?
It was 12-4. And it was like, oh, Rick Monday. It was like, okay, good thing you left early tonight. Like,
wow.
The night before is when they came back. No, but Diamondbacks don't care. Because a lot of teams, when you know that the Dodgers are going to win the West, you're like, okay. But when we do face them, let's try our best.
Beto, this Karros gave this stat. Eric Karros was doing the game last night with Joe, and he gave this stat, and this sounds a lot like the last 2 years. Against teams not named Colorado, the Dodgers are 13-13 against opponents from the National League West. So against the Padres, the Giants, and the D-backs, they're 13-13.
You're not concerned, are you, Irish?
I am. Oh, wait a minute, Beto. They've been knocked out by a team, George. They've been knocked out by a team in their division 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think because of that, it raises an eyebrow. If it was just a one-off, okay, fine. But now you've seen it back-to-back years. I'm not saying that the math supports it. I think the math supports you, Beto, because of the bigger picture. But I'm with John. It would spook me a little bit.
Nah, I'm not concerned. I'm not. I don't know why. And usually I'm the opposite,
right?
Where I'm the one saying the sky is falling.
Yeah.
Oh, Dodger fans, you're going to be let down. But it just seems like they're going to figure things out.
When Mookie comes back, would you put him back at short?
No.
He's actually playing catch today. Those pictures of him at Dodger Stadium playing catch. But it's just, you want to keep him in the outfield because it's just too many games that he missed from taking ground ball repetitive.
Right.
And the working out. And it's just a hand ain't right. They're going to do something to figure out who they can play in the middle for them.
Wait, and Rojas has played well.
Yeah.
That's the main reason.
He got to hit the other night.
His biggest issue is hitting because defensively he's amazing, but he's a light hitter, but he's been hitting the ball well enough this year for sure.
Why aren't we hearing anything about Max Muncy?
Oh, I mean, I heard he was out for a long stretch of time.
So maybe
it's
that's
the
what we're
60-day
hearing.
deal,
Yeah.
IL or whatever they call it, right?
I mean, I guess it's possible that he wouldn't come
You're not
back.
playing DeMarco?
He is
What,
playing.
softball?
And so
Yeah.
listen to this.
Wait, check this out. Go ahead. No, check this
our
out.
team
Listen to
for
this.
me.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
what happened?
You weren't supposed to, right?
Listen to
Right,
this.
he was supposed to play. So Mason is literally freaking out. Okay.
He should. You sandbagged the draft.
Well, but now I just traded Laura for DeMarco. That'll help, right?
I can't play
She
because
can't
my
play.
knee is acting up, so DeMarco can step in for me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Beto, you can't yell at me for 4 days about how bad the team is. Or like
No, I like
Bergman
your
said,
team because I'm not on it.
worst team ever. And then when we have a chance to improve it, you say, "Oh no, you can't do
No,
that."
it's okay.
Can't
But
do
why
it.
weren't you playing, Baby Will?
I thought I was. I had no idea.
Oh, they skipped you too?
I had no idea. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not getting
You
in
know
this
what?
one. 'cause,
You know what?
Yeah.
Yo no,
Black
me
thing.
meto.
Yeah, had to be.
Yeah.
Oh, they thought I was Kirk.
Yeah.
Rich guy. They didn't
There you
want a
go.
rich
There you
guy.
No, well, you know they can't tell the difference between Kirk and DeMarco.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
when Kirk said he was out, they thought that was DeMarco.
Me, right.
Yeah.
I love you on the UFL games with George.
Thank you
do-
very much. Yes.
So DeMarco's in? Good.
Yes, we're going to have fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Get Mason's hopes up even higher when he gets disappointed.
Look at
Oh,
you.
wow.
Look at you.
I love the trash
Oh,
talk.
it's easy.
No, Bergman says your team is like
We're
the
stacked.
27 Yankees.
We are. We
Yeah.
are. We're stacked.
It's-
And Funch has been working. Oh, my goodness.
Funch has been working?
I took him to the field the other day.
Get out of
Oh,
town.
yeah. Yeah. Tell us about this because we
tell
never
him
got
about
to this the
second
other day.
base.
Yeah.
So Lions Field in Fullerton, where the stairs are at, where a lot of people go the stairs. So I told Funch,
Wait a
meet me
minute. Do you guys live down there? Is that
No,
why you went
Funch
all the way to
lives-
Fullerton?
Funch lives out this way.
Okay.
He's a rich guy in Chino Hills.
Okay.
So I went out to
Okay,
Fullerton.
gotcha.
And I told him, Funch, we're going to take fundamentals. He has never played before. So I had him, I was rolling him ground balls, right? Perfect. I was like, all right, Funch, you're going to go to second base. So I'm standing by the pitcher's mound. Funch, go to second. I wish I was joking, but he ran to second base.
From home. Straight line.
No, we're at the pitcher's mound. I was like, go to second, and you're going to meet you some ground balls.
Right. He didn't go to the position where you would field it. He went to the actual base.
He went to the base.
So you got some work to do.
So I was recording, just getting some content, right? And then as I look, he's not in the shot because it's the selfie view. He's not. I'm like, oh, he's at second base.
So,
but he did listen.
God
He's
bless
a good
him.
listener.
Yes.
He's a good listener.
Sedano will appreciate this because we live in similar areas. George, you know that on Marine, there's that athletic softball or baseball complex where all the little kids play. It's like near Marine and Aviation.
Yeah. Right.
So I shortcut through there when the traffic's bad.
Yeah, good spot.
And I'm driving through there the other day.
By where we play pickleball.
And I watch a kid,
Yeah.
a little kid, like probably 5 or 6, just starting to learn the game. And he makes contact, hits a ground ball through the hole between first and second, and all the parents are yelling, "Run, run!" And he runs from home to third.
Third base.
Oh,
yes,
and they told him, keep running.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might do that to Funch.
Yes.
If he gets a hit, we're going to be so happy. So
Run!
Funch is going to be most improved and MVP in the same year.
Once he runs to third base, he's out.
So then
Little
afterwards,
kids, yes.
So afterwards, John, the stairs. All right, Funch, I'm gonna get my workout. Let's go run some stairs. He's in great shape. Looks great.
Yeah.
Right.
He's huffing and puffing after the first
After
sit.
like the first
I'm
run.
like, Funch, you weigh 125, a size 28 waist. What's wrong with you? He's like, I haven't worked out in 2 years.
Wow.
So he's but no.
He's a project.
Yes.
Is he hitting?
Oh, I had him hit. Oh, he was swinging it way over. He hit it over the fences.
Not so much.
Well, it was the T-ball fences brought in.
Oh, I'm about to say, okay, wait a
But
minute.
he
Hold
did hit it
on.
over.
He's a
He
prodigy.
did hit it over.
Wow.
Hey, Sedano, give me your opinion on this. We started the show today with, I understand that Bronny is getting some heat because it's collateral damage from LeBron, and LeBron is like the sun, and he gives off a lot of heat. But there's like blatant hate for this kid, and he's 19 years old. And a year ago, he was in a hospital dealing with a heart condition. And it seems to me that it has gone from, well, I don't understand why the Lakers did that, to openly rooting for this kid to fail. Why?
I mean, that's also 2024, John, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, it just where we are, right? Like, everything is so polarizing. It's wild to me. But
it just doesn't.
I don't think it's hate for Bronny. I think it's hate for LeBron.
And it's just being passed
and it's manifested towards the kid, right? But that's tough. But here's the thing, John, and this is what I tell everybody. And Beto, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. He signed a deal. At some point or another, we're going to have to see him play basketball at a high level, and if that does indeed happen, he will have earned his keep. That's the reality of professional sports. It's a meritocracy, as DeMarco knows.
Yes.
Like, if you can't play, you're not going to stick.
True. But second rounders don't get a guaranteed contract before they've even played. They usually have to show that they can play before they get the guarantee. That's another thing that's like, okay.
Well, I saw somebody today get a guaranteed deal. It wasn't as much money.
But not a second rounder?
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Another thing, not as much money.
Right. He got basically the same terms as Maxwell Lewis got last year. And
Maxwell wasn't guaranteed, was he?
No, but
But that's another thing. It's the way the contract is skewed, where Bronny's getting the guaranteed the $7.9 million that other guys are not afforded the same thing. They have to show that they deserve that. Bronny's just giving it to them.
Isn't that have to do with the fact that Rich Paul leveraged it and
That's great
made
for Rich
it work?
Paul. I want him as my agent.
But people are hating on him.
Well, Rich Paul's going to get that no matter what.
Yeah.
Because their agents are going to get that because they forced it to happen.
But that's their job.
It is. It is their job.
Still nothing to hate Bronny over.
No, it's you hate LeBron for forcing. Yeah. Again, did the kid want this or did LeBron want this?
Who's going to say no?
Well, here's the like Rob Parker, who I like a lot, has a show over at Fox, and you can't hear the show in L.A. because they cover it up with local stuff. But I ran a clip from him earlier today. He says, this is the worst decision in the history of professional sports. All right, now, Rob very well may be trolling and trying to get people like me to react to it, but really, that's worse than drafting Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. I mean,
but Bowie was legit at the time.
He was until he broke his leg.
I mean, it just seems like he's a magnet. Bronny is a magnet for hate. And maybe George is right. Maybe it's just the sign of the times.
And it's also collateral damage, to Beto's point. Like, he's the son of LeBron James, who is very polarizing.
Bronny's been getting hate in high school because he was given stuff that he didn't earn. Like, he was a McDonald's All-American game. But he wasn't even All-League. He wasn't one of the best on his team, and he was McDonald's All-American game. And we got that because the ratings were down, and you get LeBron on there, all of a sudden Nike, who sponsors the league. Of course. It's all the business moves, but Bronny's just getting the collateral down.
It almost reminds me of the hate Caitlin Clark is getting, like, for no reason. I mean, all she's doing is balling out, and yet all these players and teams are like.
But Caitlin handles herself
Bronny's not
really
a political piece.
Yeah. I would also say, though, with the Caitlin Clark stuff, I think that league has been very physical for a long time. Like, there's no question. They have played a more 90s style of NBA in the WNBA for a long time now. And I don't think she was ready for the physicality of the league. And then the intensity of the media trying to make her the best player out of the gate, I think didn't sit well with the athletes. That's just competitiveness.
But that's what DeMarco would have done. Any rookie that comes through, the
Heisman Trophy candidate or the Heisman Trophy winner. Come on over here.
First day of camp, right?
Absolutely.
Who did you knock out? Who did you knock out?
Oh, we got Rashaan Salam.
You let him know?
Oh, my God, we let him know. Absolutely. This ain't college, man.
I covered Rashaan Salam in high school. He played on an 8-man team.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. In La Jolla Country Day.
That's where he's with.
And it was literally men against boys. They would hand him the ball, and it was like watching Jim Brown.
Gone.
They had like 9 guys hanging on him. And he goes hard. But sadly, by the way, has passed away.
Yeah, he did. He did pass away. Yeah.
But in high school, couldn't tackle him. Nobody could bring the dude down.
I mean, I've heard legendary stories down in San Diego about Ricky Williams too. Like,
my gosh,
I mean, just monster stuff.
Not fair.
Yeah.
That was you when you were running back too?
No.
They never lined you up like Fridge style?
Always in the pits.
Really?
I actually had 2 carries.
Yeah.
On
you
Pop
did?
Warner.
Like goal line or no?
I fumbled the second one.
That's why it was your last carry.
Yeah.
Who was it? Oh, Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah.
You're carrying our hopes and dreams in that ball. Do not fumble that football. It cannot happen. All All right. Well, George, I'm glad you and I are the only two regulars who showed up because apparently everyone's got the Mason holiday adjacent policy.
You guys are the smart ones. Show up on holidays.
I know it's easy to work a holiday.
And take the rest of the year off.
There you go.
Because aren't you off next week?
Yeah, starting on.
Me too. I'm
starting
gone
on
Thursday. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So now and I are going to be so far gone, you won't be able to find us for 2 weeks.
Nice.
All right, Beto and George taking over next. Marco, thank you. This was fun.